whenever you're ready.
We're good. I already hit the button.
Oh, whoops.
Great. Hi.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Embervale.
Yay!
Quick recap. Last time our venturing vixens left the quaint hobbit city of Logwood and got back on the river. Before pushing off, they were rewarded in various ways. Benny handed over 700 gold, while the man that fixed up the Moonsong offered 350 from the town's bounty on the bandits. They were also told that there was a floating bazaar about halfway between Logwood and Hearthwood. With rewards on board, they sailed onward, traversing more rapids and finding their way to the colorful marketplace. Shopping ensued as the crew picked up some potions, an upgrade to Izzy's rapier, and a handful of rings of tracking. They were also gifted heartfelt trinkets from the traveling gambler Tyrion. When the market began to close up, the group was drawn to a dancer entertaining others in the caravan. It was here that the girls met Rit, another changeling. However, Rit was injured during her travels to Embervale and lost a good portion of her memory. She had been with the floating bazaar for many years, and they had become her new family. While speaking with Rit, Fee learned that changelings have a handful of traditions that were normal in many of the tribes. They carried a braided cutting of their childhood hair and also passed down stories of the Traveler, their patron deity. Fee seemed concerned that she and her brother had never carried such things nor knew these stories. Sleep came late that night. In the morning only brought bad news. A ship flying the Royal Guard colors turned into the marketplace tributary.
Mm,
And that's where we are now.
now we're screwed.
We're only screwed if we get
Screwed.
caught. We've just
Exactly.
So to kind of set the scene, the tributary, though it is big enough for ships, it's not huge. And this guard ship is quite big. It's carrying a good, tiny garrison. And from what you can see, because they are still far off, they are moving slowly because they have to be careful. There are still boats floating here, or people starting to wake up, going back and forth. So it's not like they can just barge in and start moving boats
Barge.
aside with this huge, this large ship that they have. So they are not right on you, but you can see them in the distance, and they are obviously on their way. There's really only one place to go here. So you do hear that other people are talking about them arriving. There seems to be a little bit of concern. And Rit has already woken up and is starting to talk with some other people on the shore about the guard ship that is heading your way, but it is not there yet.
The fuck out.
What are they?
Get the fuck
I have to get my sword first.
out.
Yes, you do. Pike still has your sword.
I'm gonna head straight there.
Okay, you're just gonna hop right over there.
Mhm.
Okay, you head to Pike and Perry's, and Pike is there with your rapier. He's got it wrapped up, but he does stop you when you arrive. It seems Perry is nowhere to be found. He's probably going to talk to some of the other people about the approaching guard ship. But Pike is there, and he offers the sword, but then he motions for you to stop for a second. And he says, so I was kind of a hurry because you said you needed it the next day.
Yes.
And you know, my prices are a little bit more agreeable than some other
Okay.
people. So I have so it's a plus one rapier. But
I have
it's
to mop
not
the floors
settled.
today anyway. So as long as you stay on the tile, it'll be okay.
You will need to give it time to settle into its new magicalness.
Okay, no worries.
But no, hold on. And you're doing that thing where you've held it, but he's still holding on to it. I just need to complete it, but you need to choose kind of which way you want me to do this. Point is, until it settles, it has to have a kind of a period of teenager angst. That's the best way to describe it. Anyway, I have these two boon and bane things that are on it, and I can take one of them away without damaging it, but you have to choose which one you want to keep. And he says, and this is him explaining it to you, but I'm going to explain it in meta terms. You have a choice. You can do, if you crit, It can do triple damage, but you'll have to roll a wild magic surge. Or if you crit fail, you can roll again, but you have to roll a wild magic surge. Which one do you want?
So on nat ones, I would have to roll a magic surge to
If you wanted to roll again. Or you could just take the one.
I think I'll do that one.
Okay, so if you do the crit fail, you can roll it again. Okay. So he casts a spell over the blade, and it kind of solidifies the aura it has. And he says, "Okay, just give it some time. Once it settles into its new magical, self, then you shouldn't have to worry about this boon and bane anymore. But until then, just be careful with it."
Okay. Cool. Okay.
And kind of
Thank
like
you.
an attunement thing, you'll need to work with it and actually use it before it settles.
Okay. So it's my sword and it'll work, but it's gonna be a bitch for a couple days.
Yeah, but it'll be a couple days if you're gonna use it. If you don't use it, it's not gonna feel that it's needed.
Okay.
And using
Like a
it,
prom date.
can it mean that she just used to chop like
I'm hoping
Okay,
it just
would
means wield it
if
for
you-
now, because I would really like to avoid that
Yes.
that situation that's coming into
and
town.
You don't want
He
to chop
can-
wood with a rapier.
No,
it
yeah.
can
Rapiers?
maybe-
Do you know like fencing? Like fencing?
They're for poking.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a
Ah.
they're stabby sticks, not slashy sticks.
Oh, so if she use it to maybe do like to make kebab,
No. Also no.
is that it will work?
I can listen. I'm pretty
Is-
sure just like polishing it and taking care of it, like
Talking
doing
to it.
those types of things with it will be fine. And yeah, we're gonna be fine. Don't worry.
This will count because I can cook with it
Nope,
if it is
nope.
help.
Nope. I hold the hilt a little tighter, and nope, and put it in my in the sheath I have for it.
Okay. Well, you let me know if you need. I will help.
You'll be the
Pike,
first on my list.
Pike looks back and forth between you guys and says, "Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you'll want to use it. I mean, point is, I just made it a +1 rapier. If you just polish it a bunch, it's not gonna do much."
Yes. No, I want to use it. Just maybe, hopefully, not this, like within the next 2 hours.
Oh, speaking of, if you see my brother, he's probably with the other ones. There's apparently a guard ship on its way. The guard ships and the capital in general doesn't usually jive well with the bazaar, so my recommendation for you guys is to stay low, and if you don't have anything else to do here, you might want to get on the road.
That's why I'm here so early.
So you pull away as Pike also leaves his station, and he kind of seems to be going to a gathering of the bazaar people. As you look on, you do see Rit and Perry, Pike's brother, are together speaking with some of the older merchants of the bazaar. So you see the elf that sold the books yesterday, and you see the woman that had the magic items boat. They all seem to be a little concerned and worried as the guard ship finally comes into view and sails closer.
I want to head over to Rit and kind of catch up and talk to her.
Rit pulls away from her conversation. She says, "Oh, good. I'm sorry about leaving you this morning.
It is
there
okay.
There was some obvious concerns about the boat that's approaching.
Correct.
We have never. Well, I mean, when the queen was alive, the crown would usually leave us alone. When she did visit once in a while, always looked upon us favorably. But since her incarceration and then timely death, we have received more and more hostile feelings from the government in general. As you can guess, we are not the most permanent of residence all the time, so it's difficult when it comes to monetary compensation to the crown, as you know.
Of
Um,
course.
so we, when things like this happen, we tend to try and look out for each other and keep on our toes. But is there anything I can help you with before you go, or did you want to stay with us? You would probably be more than welcome. I'm sure there's things that you all could learn to make and maybe sell. She looks like kind of happy at the thought of being around another changeling for a while.
Oh.
He looks over to her friends and then looks back. As much as that sounds wonderful, we actually have a place to be further downriver. So I hope that we can find a way to stay in touch. And I just wanted to see if there was anything that we could do for you before we left. I want to make sure that you are all going to be okay.
She kind of looks nervously from you to the approaching ship. Uh, Perry breaks from the group and he kind of moves forward and he instructs some of the people with like smaller boats that aren't tethered to either get out of the way or be prepared to, take him to their boat or take somebody from the guard ship to the shore to talk, because this is kind of an awkward place to be yelling across ships. Rit seems to watch him pretty closely, concern kind of evident on her face. And she looks back to you saying, "Well, there's not a lot you can do for me, but just stay safe. If you see um, other changelings that you don't know, perhaps tell them of me, and maybe direct them here if they are available. For I have not seen those like me in many years."
Of course, I will make sure to spread the word and hopefully help you find the people that you were originally with before the terrible accident.
Oh, thank you. And she, as the ship gets a lot closer, you see she takes on a human form, and her white goes away. The white hair turns into brunette, and she looks a good portion like herself, just with human-looking features,
Mhm.
and brown hair, just as she looks less like a changeling, of course.
And
Um,
I'm gonna follow her suit and do the same.
um, And so the way that this works is this tributary, kind of like some of the others, it makes a bend, and then doubles back on itself, so you can go back into the Embervale. But you have the two ways to go. You can go the way you came, or you can go forward and go around. So you do know that. Uh, to go past the ship, you'd either have to go past the ship or head on the way. Um, but it is kind of packed right now, and the guard ship is upon you. So moving around quickly and fast is going to be extremely difficult. And so you'd either have to be careful, or a distraction, or something else.
Assuming that the way the water is flowing is that it's going to the way that it would take us like around.
Right, right.
Okay. So that would be the way that the water's moving. So if we went back, we would be going against the current.
Yes.
Well, I will leave the directions to the captain.
Who's
Yes,
that?
I agree.
That
This is
me?
what we do.
So
it is
so
your
where you are right
boat.
now, is at Pike and Perry's, which is on the other side of the river, from your ship. Your ship is on the other side of the river, where Rit's ship was. You've been taking little boats that can ferry people who are shopping back and forth. Yours was tethered up to, let's just say, the right bank. You're on the left bank right now. And the guard
So we're
ship
like
is
over
coming.
here by the
Yep.
weapons.
Yep.
And then our actual ship is like over here.
Yep.
Okay. And what
Um,
side of this? And the
Mm.
where's the guard ship? Are they moving
The guard
towards-
ship's coming up this way.
to the left?
Well, I mean, they're in the center. They're a bigger
Right.
ship.
Yeah,
so-
they have
Are
to
they
have.
kind of like?
They
Are
have
they
to
kind of
be in the
leaning one
middle.
way or the other?
They're kind of in the center right now. It kind of seems like everybody's just waiting for somebody to make a move.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But
got it,
I
got it.
will say, now that you are seeing it, there's enough people here that, and they're not close to where they can see defined features of everybody. You are still around other people, so you all blend in really well. However, you guys don't know what's going on, so you have no idea what orders are or anything like that. So these guys could just be making rounds for all you know. But as the
Sorry, where's Perry?
Perry is with this group of people, but he was with this group of people with Rit, some of like the elders basically of the
Yeah.
bazaar. But Perry is making his way towards the shore to either grab one of the smaller ships to go towards the guard ship, or to send one of the smaller ships to go retrieve like a spokesman from the guards. It's either that or they're going to be yelling at each other from the shore and the
Yeah.
ship, which is also possible, which they might do. It's like everybody's kind
I
of seeing
kind of want to
what this
find
is
him really
about.
quickly and ask, like, or I guess I could probably just make out. Does he look like he has an idea of why they're here?
Perry is the stoic blacksmith you talked to very briefly yesterday. He's Pike's older brother and older by a good portion of years.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to be kind of in a leadership role here. He looks uncomfortable with the guards being here and that he might know what's going on, but he's also keeping you can tell he's keeping things close to his chest right now.
Okay.
But I will say, just because it's now upon you, the ship is now close enough that you can see it. It approaches and now has markings that are more visible. On the side of the ship is a banner with a large purple flame emblazoned across a field of red and gold stripes.
It's the purple people.
What?
Later. It's the purple people later.
The purple people there. No, the fucking king. He made that thing the thing.
Though there's sailors and some guards on the board, you do see one man stands out. He's a tall human male in plate mail. He steps forward wearing a cloak of very deep purple. He is human with chestnut brown hair. He carries himself with a straight back and very serious air. He looks older, and a stronger version of a certain person you saw in a painting on the Moonsong.
Oh no.
This would be Jarek's brother. This is Gregor Daneson.
Oh.
Whack, daddy, whack. Oh god.
Okay.
Easy.
It's. Oh no.
Nikki, are you pausing? Did Nikki leave?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think she might have, yeah.
I hope she
I don't know if
paused
she
it.
paused though. So I'm going to just be silent.
If she
Just in
didn't,
case.
we'll just be like, hey, you have to edit this.
She won't.
Yeah, I know she won't.
So hey, anyone who's listening, if she didn't pause, how are you doing today? Have you eaten?
Please
a
respond
proper
out
amount?
loud.
Yeah.
We will hear
Yeah.
you.
Especially you, Steve.
Yes, Steve. Steve.
We know you watch, and you never leave comments. Rude.
Have you eaten properly today?
Are you drinking enough water?
Yeah. Always
Are you
drink
drinking
water.
too
it's
much
good
water?
for you. Don't do
Ooh,
that.
don't.
There we go.
That's
There
the
we are.
next place we were gonna go. So that's a
Yeah, I had to
Okay.
step away for a second because you remember my little workers I have right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
We just weren't sure if you paused before you ran off.
No, I had them still in my head, but I don't really know if that counts as listening. But I know. Here's what I know. I know that there's a brother of the guy that one of the kids I hate from my past on this boat.
Yes, this is Gregor Daneson. This is Jarek's brother. He is
Gregor.
older and stronger, and you remember he became a knight, and obviously he became a very good knight.
Oh. And be like good at his job, not necessarily a good person. You know, actually, in my head, like I picture maybe this guy is like how siblings, or at least like with siblings I know, some of like they can be very different from each other. So,
Hmm.
He steps forward as the boat kind of comes to a halt, and he slips down the side to step on one of the smaller boats and be taken to the shore. And it's there that he greets Perry, though they don't shake hands.
before he gets here,
Hmm.
I'm gonna I want to turn to the girls and I'm gonna say, hey, we've got some choices to make, like right fucking now. We can
Yes.
either get out of here, but it's gonna be obvious that we're getting out of here, which might not be the best move, even though it feels like the right
Mm.
choice. Like I know I don't look
Mhm.
like it. I'm shitting myself. If
Oh no.
if we choose to get out of here, then we're going to be looking like we're getting out of here, right? And like, oh, well, why'd they leave so quickly, right? So the other
Mm.
choice, the other card we could play that what we're dealt with right now is that we could just try and blend in as part of the bazaar as much as possible.
I can hide in a tree. Would that help?
If you were concerned, do you think he would notice you and recognize you?
I don't know, and that's very frightening for me. And
Because
that's
Mm.
Oh,
if you wanted to find somewhere to be out of view, I
Mm.
can hang around and see if I can learn anything, and
oh
we can just lay low.
yeah, no, I'm planning on being as
Mm.
sneaky as
Mm.
possible. Like
Mhm.
I'm gonna halfling myself away into these small places for sure, for sure, for sure. Like that's
Do you want me
defo the plan.
make distraction? I can make
We
distract.
No,
I can
no.
talk
What
him.
I
we
want us to
shouldn't do
do
anything that's going to draw any
is
attention.
I want us to
Oh,
blend in
okay.
as
Mm.
much as possible. Like
Mm.
the person that might be the hardest for, and this is I say this in the most loving way, is probably going to be you, Mina.
Mm. But I look very like everyone, right?
Does she?
No.
Yeah,
Mina
no.
does no. Mina is
No.
stark white with very pale hair. Oh, sorry, she's
Yes.
midnight colored.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, no, and tall. Well, she's supposed to be tall, but
Mm.
she plays a short one apparently. Um,
Does anybody know invisibility?
I have passed without
Do I?
trace.
No, we
I
well,
I almost got something. What do I
I
get? What do I
I
have?
think that the best course is going to be to just like stick to the shadows, like stay as innocent looking as possible, right?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. I kind of like try to all right.
I can put the I have hood. I put hood over my face.
Yeah, that's a good
This
idea.
help.
And we're just going to like
Okay.
we're just going to ooh, let's just
Mm.
play cards, right? We can just be
Oh,
playing cards. We'll
yes.
just be playing cards.
It's good. I
Yeah,
don't know how, but
per
I will pretend.
and yeah, exactly. It's acting. They're not gonna like
Mm.
be looking for details
Mm.
on a bunch of card
You
players.
Yes,
Mm.
you can teach us cards,
Yes.
and
Yes.
we will just learn and
Yes.
sit by this campfire, and it will be fine. Or if you
Mm.
want, you two can play cards, and I can wander around with Rit and see if I can learn anything about why they are here.
Yes, 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 yes. I like the second one a lot. It's very good.
This one works. I think
Okay.
is good plan.
okay, I need then Mina and Izzy to give
God.
me a stealth check. And it'll be it's not customary stealth, but it's a type of stealth that I'll take into consideration. You guys are kind of blending in.
Boom.
Okay.
Oh, you beautiful fucking bitch! I'm sorry.
Oh my god, both of you.
Yes!
Okay, so Mina and Izzy, they find a
You play those
Tyrion is
cards,
actually
girl. You play those cards.
Tyrion's nearby, and he offers you a deck of cards when you ask, and you guys sit down
Awesome.
and begin to. He starts teaching you how to play Embervale pickup,
Beautiful.
and and instead of money, you guys are playing with like crackers. Um,
Wonderful.
Snacksies!
eh,
Or
um,
yeah, strip poker.
and
No, not yet.
Wow.
Not yet.
It's because
Tyrion's like,
you are
oh,
meant
really?
to
Is that
be.
what we're doing?
No,
We too
no.
love you.
We're
I
trying to
will
be
want.
inconspicuous, dear. No.
Really quick question. Where's JD?
He's on the
On
boat.
the boat.
Okay.
Didn't we put him under like
Yeah, they're in the
the spot where
hold.
we sleep? Yeah.
He's just
But
been
I have
left
my
in the hold
chicken.
for the whole day.
No, it's the
Still have my
morning. We
chicken.
just got off the boat. It's the
Okay.
early. It is early in
That's
the
true.
day.
I've already fed them. They're
yeah.
just chilling out, having a
I have
lazy
my
morning.
chicken. I still have my
So
chicken.
Mina has Harold.
Yes. But Harold is asleep.
Harold has
My
to make
bad.
a stealth roll.
And his baby Bjorn.
Harold. Harold has to make a stealth roll.
Uh,
Oh my
okay, so Fee, what are you doing?
Going to hell.
I was going to stick around and then kind of like stay with Rit and see if I could just kind of hang out with her and the others that kind of run, like the leaders of the bazaar, and
Okay.
just kind of listen. I won't really speak or anything like that, but just listen and learn.
Okay. So Sir Gregor comes to the shore. He steps out, and you can already tell this armor is like pristine and shined, and he keeps everything tight. Like his,
So he doesn't see battle much.
No, that's not what it's saying. It's just he's a very good soldier. He takes very good care of his things. He wants to be presentable. He would not get this title if he wasn't good in battle. But he takes care of his things. He knows how to present himself. So he's like the guys that shine their shoes every morning, like good
Oh, okay.
soldiers.
Because I couldn't tell if it was more of the like Robin Hood men in tights, like my father couldn't get me into the National
No.
Guard thing.
No,
And I was like,
he got his
Okay,
position for
got
a
it.
reason.
okay, got it.
Before you left, they did say they were doing a pick, basically a tournament kind of thing to find these titles. So
Oh,
he
right.
obviously did a very good job.
I forgot that.
He steps off back straight. He comes to Perry. They're kind of the same height, so it's kind of one of those chesting up to each other kind of things silently.
And how tall are they?
They're about like both 6'4".
Which
Wow,
one's arguably
impressive.
cuter?
Well, it depends on what you like. If you like, Captain America in the bomber shirt or the bomber jacket, you could probably go with the
Ooh.
knight. But if Captain America was a blacksmith and
Like with the Infinity War with the beard.
gruff, yeah, with gruffiness, yeah, there
Ooh.
you go. You might like
Mm.
the Perry
Charlie
more.
wants both.
Izzy is
Yes.
having a very
I want both,
interesting
but-
moment right now. If I can see this at all, a very interesting moment right now. Is there a Mrs.
Mrs. Blacksmith.
Mrs. Blacksmith?
Well, I will say Perry is a little older. There are a good handful of years between him and his brother. Pike is younger.
Daddy,
by
sorry.
a good chunk.
Daddy?
But every time he moves, Fee, you do see Rit follows Perry's movements and watches him closely. And Perry approaches, and he gives that tight-lipped, "How can we help you today, sir?" And the Gregor goes, "We are here on orders of the crown. Me and my crew have been sent on this very specific task, but we have been given other edicts and orders to pass as we make our way down the river. Nearly 2 fortnights ago, a fugitive dog and 3 persons wanted in questioning escaped the capital with a stolen vessel and information that might lead to the new Dark Queen's plans." Everybody give me a perception check.
Okay.
Nobody fart.
Yeah, JD farts where he is.
15 from your
14,
girl.
that's not...
9.
Okay, so it's not very high, but Izzy, you at least can glean that when you left, she didn't have the Dark Queen title, and that's very vague of what he said. So might be a good possibility that not a lot is known about what is going on in the Obsidian Lands. But yeah, that's all you get, Brady.
They're just as
basically.
lost as us.
Also, that's for everybody who listened to him. He didn't call you fugitives. He just said 3 persons wanted in questioning.
Yeah, he just said the
He
dog was
never
a
says
fugitive.
fugitive, and he never says fugitive about the 3 missing, or escapees or anything like that. So he literally just says the dog is a fugitive. So
Okay.
that's just something to keep in mind. He said he pulls from like a side satchel. He also pulls a scroll, and he says, "I am also here to enact edicts that have been thusly ignored under the gaze of the previous ruling eyes." Kind of says it with like a little bit of disdain. He looks through what looks to be like a list. It says, "This bazaar, among others, have avoided paying the taxes that are due to the kingdom upon sales. You have been acknowledged as cleaning up after yourselves and never staying in one place for more than a few days, but that does not mean you can shirk your duties to the crown." Perry kind of like makes a fist at his side, and gruffly responds, "That's because the crown has never offered anything in compensation for such taxes."
Perry got hotter.
We trade amongst ourselves, and we trade amongst customers that come by. We do not use the roads that you somewhat take care of, nor do we bother the towns for anything that the government or the crown might give them. Meaning those spaces that the crown would pay for, such as social services and stuff like that. Just not to get political. The bazaar does not use them. So they basically
They're
are
very
like
self-sustaining.
they're kind of like saying they're basically a floating free state. And they've like it that way, and they're not like bad people or anything like that. They just don't want to pay for anything they don't use, that kind of thing. And this might be something that has been allowed, or at least overlooked when the queen had the king's ear. But now that she doesn't anymore, this might be something that's not being overlooked. That's not being overlooked anymore. So Gregor snaps the scroll shut. "Nevertheless, you have shirked your duties to the crown for long enough. If you cannot provide proper payment and back taxes owed, then we will be taking merchandise and products in place."
Back taxes.
Rit kind of tenses beside you as Perry resists the urge to take a step forward. And Perry kind of squares his shoulders, says, "We will not be providing any money to you today. You can go back to the crown and explain to him why we are not giving money to a government that does not oversee this entity as a marketplace. We are not a city or a town. We are simply a marketplace." Gregor kind of responds, "Thus, you pay taxes as a marketplace then." And this seems to be going back and forth. As tensions are getting a little higher, you do hear like other people starting to kind of shout. And it's one of those tensions where it's like it's not to a boiling point yet, but it's slowly getting there. Especially with those of the bazaar basically shouting things like, "You don't have power here. We've never taken from the state. We don't need we don't need anything that our taxes could pay for. We were never asked if we had to pay taxes. That kind of stuff." And you see guards from the ship starting to get into smaller boats, as if they were going to go ashore as well.
I almost want to say
uh,
something, but I know that if I do, like, that's going to be an issue.
And
Fuck.
I'll say one other thing. Gregor has handed over what looks to be a picture of JD. and very loose interpretations of what you guys kind of looked like. It was kind of anybody who saw you was on the bank, except for Izzy's picture. Izzy's picture is very specific because she showed herself when she took the boat.
Oh,
So
crap.
there's a good portion that Peter possibly told them who you were.
What a bitch.
Um,
Over.
An
It was
asshole.
never even on.
so Rit sees the picture and she tenses a lot, and then she gently pushes Fee behind her.
Fee will step behind Rit, but give her arm like a gentle squeeze so that she's like, I am okay. But she will also look over to Perry and quietly try to figure out if he has noticed, so that she can see kind of where he stands on possibly protecting us.
Okay, hold on one second. Nikki stepped away, so I don't want to say anything she's gonna miss.
Right. So basically, Fee is giving the most subtle but pleading puppy eyes to this big, scary blacksmith man without trying to get noticed by the captain man.
Ina's still trying to figure out how to play cards.
Oh, does she need to roll for the chicken eggs today?
Oh sure, give me a
Yeah.
D4. I think is what we
Yeah,
did.
find out how many eggs we got.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You
Four
got
eggs.
4
4 whole
bitches.
eggs.
See, if you did stay with
Oh,
the
yeah.
bazaar, you could sell eggs.
Farm
So I think
fresh.
Wait.
on the map I do have some chickens, or I thought I did.
Okay.
I know you've got a chicken when it's the Moon Song map.
Yeah.
So I think that's really all we need.
If this is backtracking, I'm sorry. But so they have a definite picture of me.
Yeah, they have a
Yes.
definite picture and name for you.
Fuck.
They don't. They have like a vague picture of Fee and Mina because they didn't know them. B, they barely saw them. Not to mention Fee has changed her appearance a few times. And then
Exactly.
they have a definite picture of JD. Because he was supposed to, I guess, die with his mom.
He was a royal dog. So
yeah,
they know exactly what he looks like.
So
Mm.
Perry sees the picture, and he's not an idiot.
Right.
He's got brains with that brawn.
Oh no.
Yes.
He
Oh.
tenses, and then he takes the picture, and he seems to interrupt his own argument for a minute and says, "Why do you want these 3 persons? What do they have to do with a dog?" And Gregor says, "They escaped with the dog, though we were not sure if they were under some kind of evil influence by the queen. I don't know if you heard, many people have, she seemed to become a completely different person when she had her head chopped off, which tends to do some things to people. And the magic she has, we've never encountered before. So we are not sure about these 3 people, but we only have marked them as wanting for questioning. They are not in trouble," he says with like disdain, "yet.
Mm.
But if they
Rude.
continue to evade
Yeah.
us, or if we are told at any point that they have broken the laws of the land, they will become traitors, like the queen was." And as he says traitors, he almost kind of like looks around a bit. And it might be a mix of being a dick and looking. And Perry hands the paper back and says, "I know everybody in this caravan and bazaar. None of those people are here. We don't even have any customers yet today."
I'm gonna fuck him. Sorry. The cards.
Oh my God.
So what you do is you need to try and find pears or royal flush, and here's how you get that.
Rit relaxes a little bit, but then she like reaches behind her and gently pushes Fee, as if to silently say, "Go." And as the smaller boats, leave the ship, the large ship, to come towards the shore, there's more men in them. And you see people on this bank get a little restless. Give me a perception check again, really quick, everybody.
Mm.
You guys are not, but it's early morning apparently.
Still waking up. We haven't had coffee.
My attention is elsewhere.
On the
God.
cards.
Perry's ass.
Perry.
Yeah, that's the right
Okay.
answer.
Okay.
She's holding up the cards, but looking over them at his
Mhm.
booty.
No, she's done the thing where they've slowly slipped downward, and now Tyrion and Mina can all see her cards.
Tyrion is probably just like, oh, this will be an easy game.
I have one.
More
All the
crackers,
crackers for me.
Mina, how'd you end up with one? We're not playing Uno.
I thought these are not the crackers. I will eat them.
No, that's what you bet with.
Not very nice to taste.
Actually,
tell
can I
you.
have one of yours then?
So, Fee, you see it because you're kind of closer. You see that some of the Bazaar members have moved ships behind the guard boat and kind of just kept them there. You can't quite see from your vantage point what they're doing, but you can see that a few of these quieter, especially like rowboats, basically, have moved behind this ship. And again, Rit gives you a gentle push. And you see that people can see, like the Bazaar members behind her can see what she's doing, and they kind of start to form like a small, very slow moving rank to kind of push you backwards gently, by still hiding you.
She is going to take the hint, and she is going to give Rit one last little squeeze of her hand as her way of silently saying thank you, and I hope to see you again soon. And she is going to give everyone that she passes and everyone that is protecting her a smile. And then she is going to walk over to her friends who are learning to play cards and say, we need to leave now. Right now. No waiting. Go now. It's
I
time to
think
leave.
I am about to win.
We need to go now.
Shh. Yeah, no, yeah.
Right
Okay.
now.
Tyrion looks up from his cards and says, "Oh, I can take you back across if you want."
Can you do
Right
so?
now. Anyway,
without-
we didn't need to go now.
Yeah, yes, please.
So yeah, you guys load into Tyrion's boat. You do hear raised voices, but it's kind of hard to hear what they're saying. And but you can tell Perry's voice and Gregor's voice above just about everybody else's. And everybody seems to be thoroughly distracted on that side of the bank. As you float.
I have my hood up as well, just so
So
that
you have your hood up. Fee looks totally different, I'm guessing.
Yep. She's
Mina, are you
visibly
doing
a little
anything?
bit shaken, but she does
Yeah.
look like a vague human.
Yeah, I've had my hood up this whole time. just-
Okay. I need everybody to give me a stealth roll.
And
Because
it's
they are
mine's gonna be
distracted,
bad
can we
'cause it was
get
stupid last
advantage?
time.
22.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Mina, you've been learning, baby. Stormy,
Yes.
baby, you look like mommy. Look at you.
My stealth is not great.
I will give you advantage because you're a changeling and you look nothing like that picture anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll just roll again, but hopefully it's not great either.
Oh shit.
Can
Okay.
I help her? Like throw her in the
Yeah.
throw her
In the
underneath.
water.
Well, no. like we're how like when you crowd around people, like she's in the middle of all of us.
Hmm.
Yes, hide the tall one.
I can
Exactly, she's the tallest.
stand if you hold me.
Fine. You can roll one more time.
With advantage still?
No.
It was worth a shot. You miss 100% of the chances you don't take.
Would I be able to cast Pass Without Trace on this last one?
Yeah, I guess if you want to.
Okay. Just because, knowing my luck, it will not do well.
That's actually very kind of you, Leah. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So,
Do you want me to?
with pass without trace, I get a
Plus-
+10.
Yeah.
Ow.
So-
So don't roll a 1.
Right.
Yeah,
Bitch.
right.
Especially
God,
now
if
that I've spoken
I
it
know
into
now
the
that you've brought
universe.
that into the ether.
Mhm,
God.
mhm.
So 21.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So
Sweet baby
Tyrion,
Jesus.
Tyrion, he takes his time. He's lazy anyway. So he takes his time getting across, so it's not really obvious. But as you basically get to the other shore, you hear trouble. You hear something break, like a crate or something like that, and more yelling. And
On
there
this
seems to
stock?
be like
On this side of the bank or on the other bank?
on the other bank. On the other bank.
On the other bank. Okay.
So you can guess without seeing it, because the ship's kind of large. Without seeing it, you can kind of guess that there's a scuffle, and that's about it. You do hear a sword being drawn, and things go a little bit quiet, but not like screams or anything like that. Your best guess is there's probably a threat of some kind.
Should we?
Uh,
Should we? Is running the right thing to do?
Tyrion lets you off, and then he actually starts going on his own as well. He starts going down the river.
Running is what
I
he would
think it
do.
is good to go. I think because
If we got
you
on the
want-
deck of the ship, would we be able to see better?
Probably. It's not as big as that ship, but it is higher than like a rowboat. So of course you'll be able to see just a little bit better.
What about in the
So,
crow's nest?
Yeah.
yes. Who has the best sight?
Mm,
I have a
It's
15
a great
passive
question.
perception.
wait, what?
have a
How do I know what
14.
my passive perception is? Oh,
Underneath all
I
your
have a-
skills.
see it. I got a 12.
So I say easy hop up in the crow's nest and see if you can see anything.
I
Okay.
can throw you
Distance.
there.
Let me see if I
No.
can do anything to help.
Now's not the time for theatrics, dear.
Let me
You are very
see.
small, and it is up high.
I can climb quickly.
That is good. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything that can extend your
What about like enhanceability?
sight. I have enhanced ability, but nothing says that you can see farther.
It's a wisdom thing.
Yeah, I mean, I could give you Al's wisdom so you have advantage on wisdom checks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. Okay, yeah. I'll cast enhance
Okay.
ability because that'll take over the concentration from pass without trace, but you have advantage on wisdom check.
Okay. So up I go. I'm gonna also be trying to like not bring attention to me going up, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to
Mm.
get
Okay.
caught or anything like that. Like, I'm trying to be
Okay,
as
so
careful as
you head
possible.
up. Everybody on the other side is probably a little distracted. As you look over, you do see Gregor is holding his sword out to Perry's neck. And everybody else is pretty still. From where you are, you can't hear what's being said,
What?
but you can probably take a guess. Um,
How many people are on the guards boat?
so some went ashore. So on the boat, you see a few sailors and probably 4 guards.
I have an idea.
You want to steal the guard's boat?
I want to sink the guards boat
Ooh.
or set it on
Oh.
fire. Why not?
My only fear is that if we instigate anything more, Perry and the others are going to pay the price.
Shit,
This
you're
good
right.
point.
Yeah, no, that's
I cannot possibly risk that.
yeah.
They have already done so much for us.
Well, this is what teamwork's about, right? Like sussing out the shit ideas. It's a fun idea, but you're right.
It is a very fun idea. I
very
would
fun
love to
idea.
see the ship go down in a blaze of shame.
It's not the right.
I
Yeah,
couldn't really say
Blaze of
glory.
shame.
choice.
Blaze
I
of
want to
shame.
play devil's advocate because I like tempting Izzy.
Oh God! Stop
That's
it.
all that you do.
You don't have to burn it
Nice.
down, but you don't even have to roll to know this. You guys all know this, and you're rogue enough to know this. Is they're probably gonna follow you.
Yeah.
Something to stop them or slow them down might be a good idea.
Can-
It is very tempting. I just want to make sure that no one is going to pay the price for
No.
us.
Yeah, no, yeah. I
Especially
know.
considering that blade is very close to Perry's carotid artery.
I feel like that's true, and he's too hot to die.
Exactly.
As you guys are talking about
Cannot let
this,
1940s
you
Captain
see
America
Pike.
kill Infinity War Captain America.
Pike is coming forward with like a small chest, which you guess is probably the blacksmith's at least money, and setting it down. But you can't hear them. You can only just watch as this happens.
I know enough.
Is,
I
is
need
the
to.
sword still to Perry's neck?
Yeah.
I
Ugh.
want to know if I know enough about that class of ship that I could,
Handicap it.
yes, not necessarily stop it or destroy it, but fuck it up enough so that it wouldn't be noticeable immediately and it would hinder them.
You know that in order for this one to go the way it does, even back up the river, it relies on magic sails, kind of like how you guys I play fast and loose when it comes to river travel in this world.
Mhm.
Is that if you're gonna go up the river, it's incredibly hard to fight the river. So everybody
Yeah.
usually
Mhm.
every ship is gonna have a magic sail, or 2 or 3 or whatever, to help go against the current. So you can kind of guess that this one's sails are incredibly important to get this big hefty dude up there. So the other thing
Yeah.
is to keep it still. You're probably going to take a guess that it has an anchor, which it is lowered right now, to keep it from listing to one side or the other. And give me a history check, and I'll see if I can give you the other.
Just Izzy
I
or
have-
all of us?
Just Izzy.
Okay,
I
that's
have
what I
a
figured.
question
Just thought I'd
too.
ask.
You're a caravan,
if-
and the other one's from the underground. You don't know
I
anything
know,
about
I
ships.
know.
Question: if the sails are magicked, could I use dispel magic on them?
It would have to be a really strong one because these are kind of woven into the material. So unless the material's severely fucked up, it's not going to do much. Izzy,
14.
okay. The other important thing is the rudder on the back is also specialized, and it goes like it uses the power of the river currents itself to kind of magically propel itself. And it is hidden underwater, unlike everything else, which is on deck or above the water.
So
I'm gonna. Okay. And do
I
I
have an idea.
I kind of. You say yours and I'll say mine, and
Okay,
then yeah.
because I don't even know if mine will work.
I have an idea, and I also think it's shit, but I'm ready to try it.
That's
So
life.
how deep is the river?
It's deep enough that you have to take a boat to get across, or swim super well, like really, really well, like almost impossible. It's you could probably take a guess at least 30 feet.
I don't know because it doesn't necessarily say. So if I were to cast spike growth from the bottom of the river to possibly fuck up the bottom of the boat
Like the rudder.
and maybe the rudder so that they can't use it.
Can you throw spike growth up there?
Yes, because I have no idea if this would feasibly work, but I was looking through my
Yeah.
spell to see if I had anything to help that wasn't like super fucking obvious.
My plan was to just go like
Because it's like the
dive.
ground, but it doesn't say how tall the spikes get.
The ground at a 20-foot radius, which means like an orb almost kind of thing in
Oh,
in this respect, I think.
Because I wasn't sure how deep the bottom of the boat was in the water. Because with that size, I'd imagine it kind of sit a little bit low, but I don't really know the physics of boats that well. Fee doesn't, and I don't, personally. So I had no idea if that would even be possible. But I thought I'd give it a shot. Because the only other thing I have would be maybe Earth Tremor or Thunder Wave, but I feel like
No.
Earth Tremor might not do anything, and Thunder Wave would be very obvious where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, maybe not.
It says
Oh.
ground, so I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, and that's why I wasn't sure. So that's to your discretion.
Yeah, if you were doing
But-
it on the ship's deck,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah.
And even
So.
then, it would just be on top of the ground.
Mhm.
Is the bottom of the river not Earth?
It is, but it's 30 feet or more down.
That's true. Okay, fine.
Yeah, so
Mm.
I had an idea.
Mhm.
It would be cool, but doesn't sound
I mean,
feasible.
if the
So
ship was near one of the shores for some
Right.
reason or another, and
yeah,
you could possibly do that.
yeah. So
So, other
we
plan.
can keep that in mind, maybe.
All right.
But yeah, what's your plan?
My idea was to just. I was gonna go myself and just maybe bring the ship or something. I want to fuck up the rudder, and my first thought was I'll just swim down and get it, and like do the right, like knock out the right pins, like that are holding things together. Like in most big things like that, like if you hit the right things that are holding other things together, you can really do some like big damage. Like if the wrong screw falls out, or the wrong
Mm-hmm.
piston falls out. And if I know enough about the boat, I would know probably where to go, or at least down there have an idea of what to do. The only thing that really affects that negatively is the fact that I am a little halfling, and
Mhm.
I worry that I would just get swept away with the water.
Yeah,
So,
you'd have to be doing some serious athletic checks for
or
it. I'll give you
if
that.
someone could hold, like if I could tie rope around
Hmm?
me and like just keep me into the right, get me into the right position while I'm holding, like being held on by the rope. Maybe.
We could both tie a rope.
And I was
You
thinking
tell me
we
what
could
to
do
I'll go down
a
there too.
dual, like a targeted attack, where you could try and dispel the magic on the
Sails.
sails while I did this. And if we could
Mm.
have a like emergency occur on the deck to also keep the people who are still on the boat occupied with it.
Mm. What can we do
Like
for an emergency?
Herald.
No. No.
You see JD comes up
No.
from below.
That would be
And he looks over at the size, and you see he can see the purple flame, and he immediately starts to growl, like back
B,
arching, like
Hey,
hackles raised,
JD.
like
Shush.
He
near
hurries over
blinking
and is
kind of
just like,
thing.
no,
Hey, boy.
Don't
Do
do that.
you
Don't.
want to be Mummy's little distraction?
Oh, are you really going to do this?
It would be such a good idea if he could.
They could
He
get
would.
caught.
He
He's
growls.
smarter than them.
I am okay with
I
this.
understand that, but there are more of them than him. I don't want
He's
to
a
risk him.
fucking blink dog. All he has to do is blink in for the right moment and then blink out when it gets too rough, as long as we keep the boat close enough for him to do it.
And what if there is something that they have on that boat, because they are looking for the dog, that could possibly keep him where he is? Is there anything that could possibly be created that can stop a blink from happening?
Can I roll an Arcana check to think about it?
Sure.
I don't know. Like,
Though
'Cause I
now
have no
God's
idea either.
thinking about it, which should clue you in.
the 12.
It's difficult to tell because magical power dog has never been discussed or said about the dog.
Yeah.
He's just bad owner kind of thing. So it's difficult to say.
I don't
but
think.
you
I think we should ask
you kind of get the
JD.
feeling nobody knows about what he can do.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, I'm like, do we know for sure if they even know that he's a blink dog?
No, it doesn't really sound like anybody said, "Hey, he can teleport." They
He's just a dog.
I think we should do
Yeah.
it. I think that this is the way that we can make it so the other stuff works better.
I
JD,
like this
Okay.
plan.
JD,
Okay.
you have some agency here. What do you want to do, boy? Do you want to go fuck him up a little bit?
He's over here playing the nervous mother.
Hold on.
As long as Harold is safe, I am okay.
JD disappears,
Oh shit.
He's
Okay.
already starting.
The plan is
and you
start grabbing a rope,
You're
tying
not-
it around me.
You're not in the crow's nest anymore, right?
No.
Okay,
No.
you can't see anything, but you hear something not from the ship, but from the other bank.
Oh.
The one with
Oh,
the
right.
the one with
Greg
the
Laura.
God damn it, JD!
That location.
You hear some kind of like trouble and some very like distraction, but you do happen to see from your vantage point on your ship at least that the men that were on the ship are now going away from your side of the ship to the other as if they're watching something or trying to get someplace.
Well,
Like possibly trying to get
They're
off.
trying to like
Well,
abandon ship to go help on the
yeah.
other
Not
shore.
abandon ship, but just
Well,
go
yes,
help.
but like
yeah.
they're trying to get off the boat.
It's
They're trying to
time to-
abandon their position on the boat to
Well,
get to the shore.
Throw
We
Izzy
fucking-
into the water.
yeah. I've got the rope on me.
I throw her in.
Yeah.
Oh, Izzy, do
Okay,
it.
so you guys run to like
Oh,
as
Jesus.
as far into the water as you guys can go. And but you have to go like I guess behind the ship a little bit, and you remember Fee that you saw boats from the bazaar sitting behind the ship. Like they moved themselves behind the ship
Yes.
for a reason. So
Can I tell what they're doing now? Because I couldn't tell earlier.
you do see men behind there and they're holding nets.
Uh-oh.
Like, they're from the bazaar. They're holding nets.
That they
They're
were
gonna-
in position to do something that they've kind of been trained to do before.
Like an
when the
ambush.
bazaar- when the bazaar was threatened before.
So they're ready
Ooh.
to fuck up the boat, too.
Hey,
Oh.
so
I'm going
as-
to quickly, while the halfling gets yeeted into the boat, can I, like, walk over and just be like, pardon, could you help me with a little something?
They're kind of in the water. So what?
Who are you talking to?
Can I get on a little boat and scoot over?
Yeah,
to one
they've
of the
kind
other
of made
boats?
like a chain, so you do
Yeah.
this awkward like hopping.
Boat
to-
hopping?
yeah, and one kind of helps you. They recognize you from the night before and talking to Rit and that kind of thing. So what do you want? What do you want?
Not going to say anything to get you to draw attention. However, we need to make sure that this boat cannot sail very good.
have I made it to the rudder yet?
Give me athletics check.
I'm holding on to the rope for her still. Does that help
17.
anything? Yes.
You are successfully swimming against the current. You've made it to the boat. You'll now have to climb basically hold on to the boat as you make your way to the back.
Okay, I'm gonna start doing that then.
Okay. Fee, as you're talking to them, you look down and you finally see the net that they're holding has weights on the end.
Ooh.
As if as soon as they throw it all together, they all have to kind of hold it because it's heavy. But as soon as they are in like a better position or know what's going on, they can throw it onto like somewhere on the back of the ship to kind of fuck with it.
So I am going to let them know. We are needing to make sure that this boat does not go very well. I have a friend who is trying to basically damage the rudder, and so we are going to try and make sure that this rudder is screwed. And then, if you want, I will be more than happy to help in any way that I can, so that we can put all these nets on that boat, so that that thing can go down.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much.
Because I don't want Izzy suddenly getting caught in those.
Yeah,
Izzy,
that
I
would be
need
bad.
another athletics check.
15.
Is that good enough?
You kind of get caught by the current a little bit, and it almost threatens to pull you out, or pull you forward, basically. But you're able to claw your way around the ship, and able to grab on to the back where you see the rudder, which is this large, spoon-shaped piece of wood. Boot shape? I don't remember. It's rudder shaped.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
Kind of looks like a weird
down-
spatula.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. And you're there.
All right. Time to go to work. I'm going to start like taking out the right bolts to basically disable the adjusting of it. Like you won't be able to move it. It won't look damaged, but it will be inoperable.
It's like locked in place.
Yeah.
Mm.
It won't respond
Okay,
to the mechanism.
Give me a attack roll, I guess, with whatever you're using.
Rapiers are pointy. It's
They're also long, so I don't
Probably
know
it's
if you're
probably
aiming
a
for
dagger.
screws.
Yeah.
Okay.
Halfling luck. Halfling luck. I am lucky as fuck. When I roll a 1 on an attack roll, ability check or saving throw, I can re-roll a new dice, but I have to
Yeah,
use
I
the
know
die.
what lucky is.
Okay.
You're fine.
God.
It's a 10, which is better.
Take that.
That it doesn't really have a DC. I just needed it to be their metal screws. So yeah, you take out one of the screws. The rudder looks a little damaged. I'm gonna make a roll for JD really quick.
Please, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh God.
Izzy's underwater. You don't know about this. Fee, you hear that the other bank gets quiet. And you suddenly hear, "Back to the ship! Something's not right. If that mud is here, then the others are here." And you hear people start moving back to the shore. You hear voices. You can't hear what they're saying, but you do hear other voices from the bazaar. So it doesn't seem like anybody, like they didn't get into a full-on fight. But they're about to move back to their ship.
Okay. Can I see Mina from where I am?
Yeah, Mina, I don't think you left the shore, right? You're holding the rope on the shore, right?
On the shore? I didn't know if I was on the shore or if I was holding it on the
I don't
ship.
know. What were you doing?
I don't know. Where did I... Because I threw Izzy off of... Izzy, where am I holding the rope for you?
You said we had to be behind the boat for the current to bring us to
right.
it.
Yeah, you're on the shore behind the boat.
So
Yeah,
you're
I'm on the
probably
shore.
angled further, like at an angle away from the back of the boat, so that way if I do slip,
Yeah.
I won't go completely forward. Well, you'll have to try and drag me forward. It'll just be more of a stopped thing.
Okay.
Exactly. So that's where I am.
I am going to give Mina a hand sign to get ready to kind of pull if needed, because
Okay.
I want to give them time to toss the nets, but I don't want Izzy to be anywhere near the rudder to possibly get caught in the nets.
That
So I'm
makes
going to
sense.
give her a hand signal to get ready to pull, but I'm going to wait maybe like a few more seconds to hopefully give Izzy as much time as she can until we absolutely have to throw the nets, because I'm going to wait. I'm going to let the people from the bazaar decide when the best time to toss is, because they know more about it than I do. But I want to make sure we get the halfling out of the way.
They seem to be waiting for you to tell them.
Oh, crap.
Okay. Just a few more seconds. Just a few more seconds. 'cause I
Izzy,
wanna-
give me another attack roll.
You fucking okay.
Okay. You do enough to another screw, but it's still kind of holding on. It still looks like it could be used. It looks like there's one more. And I need another athletics check to hold on and kind of hold your breath.
23 for that, which is
All
good.
right,
but
you
fuck.
get a better grip, and you're able to give me another attack roll.
24.
You fuck this rudder up. It's like almost barely holding on. It cannot be turned. They are definitely going to have people get under here and try and fix it. It seems like if they could still do a good amount of distance floating, but it looks like they're not going to move in the right direction anytime soon. And the villagers in the boats see that the commotion on the bank is now moving back towards the ship, and he looks to Fee. Are we doing this or what?
I gave Mina a signal to reel her in.
I
reel
hold
her
my
in.
breath.
Pull
say-
really hard.
Mina, give me a strength check.
Okay, hold on.
And then
Yeah, wait, no. Yeah. How do I do this again? Okay, there you go. Ah! It's bad.
give her the help action.
How?
Can I do athletics instead of strength?
If I'm able to like hurry off the boats, like off the line of boats, and get behind her.
It's okay, guys. The failures can be narratively good.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. So, Fee, are you giving them the go-ahead, or
I'm giving
not?
them the go-ahead as long as I can make sure that Izzy doesn't get caught in the nets.
Okay, so they're not going
Okay.
unless you tell them.
Do it.
Okay. Toss the nets.
Okay, so they toss
And then
the nets.
while they do that, I'm
uh,
getting off the boats. I'm getting back to the shore.
And they toss the nets. It wraps around this partially broken rudder, and you kind of see the ship give like a very visible jerk downwards on the back. And the sound of breaking wood is heard, as well as some splintering. And I need Izzy to give me an athletics check to swim up fast enough to the surface. And
15.
this will kind of decide what happens. 15?
Mhm.
Okay. One of the weights, you get out of the way of the net, but one of the weights does strike you when it's coming down. So I'm gonna hold on.
On my head, like on my foot.
No,
Am I
like
grappled?
on your leg.
Okay.
So you're gonna take eight bludgeoning damage.
Am I grappled?
No, you did manage to get out of the way of
Like
the
a
net,
glancing blow.
but the weights did strike you on the way down.
Okay.
Like a glancing blow.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. As long
and
as she's
then,
not dragged under, I'm okay.
So Fee, I'll let you get back to the
shore.
And I need another strength check from Mina and Fee if you're jumping in to help.
Can I do athletics instead of just strength?
Sure.
I have a +0 to both of them, so.
Okay, Mina, you're able to pull this small halfling out of the water, drenched and a little bit injured now. You guys are free of the water, but now people know something's up.
We've got to get out of here.
You see
Yes.
JD on your ship trying to like stay below the railing, but he is looking out and kind of whimpering, waiting on you guys.
Run. We're going to the boat. Run.
To the boat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You hear shouts behind you.
I flip him off as a run.
Okay.
Wasn't necessarily that they were shouting at us rudely. It was possibly just shouting.
also-
It's a
I'm gonna
stressful
give
situation,
one more-
Fee.
I'm gonna give one more check because
Oh.
okay, the moon song has been changed enough that it is very difficult to see that he does not recognize the ship.
That was like my biggest fear when you said that it was what's his butt's brother.
Yep.
was
But
like, oh,
since
shit.
you've had its two different facelifts among other things, it's
And
a
it was like
different color.
stained.
Yeah, so
Like,
he does not
oh,
recognize the
gentle
ship,
now,
so
so-
there is some confusion.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
God.
But you'll want to get on your way.
Yeah, let's get
I'm
the
going
fuck out of here.
The moment I get on the boat, I'm going to quickly hurry JD into the hold, or at least
Oh,
like
where
below
is he?
deck, so that he is out of sight.
JD is dragging
Where's
the
JD?
purple cloak that the knight had on, that Gregor had.
Oh,
had
I
on
love
him.
you,
Okay,
you
yes, good
bestest
boy,
boy.
good boy.
And he is
Good boy.
growling and like tearing at it.
Yes. Now
Good boy, good
go
boy.
go
Below
attack.
deck.
Go down below deck, and you can play with your new toy down there.
You can tear it to shreds, out of sight. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Out.
And as you guys push off and let the current take you, you do see that others in the bazaar they seem to be used to this. You actually see magic users helping everybody really quickly get everything on board and packed up, and you see carriages go away from the shore, and you see boats start getting back into the river, and basically taking even smaller tributaries, ones that you couldn't go on because your boat is too big, and kind of you see that they've had these contingency plans in place before, and these are things that they've already prepped for. But you do see Rit and Perry, they kind of squeeze each other's hands before parting and going to their own boats, and everybody kind of seems to be on their way pretty quickly. But you are out in
So
front
they're
of...
okay.
Yes.
Okay, good.
They are, yeah, the
The
You can kinda
anxiety,
take a
woman.
guess.
The anxiety.
you can kind of take a guess that this bazaar has been around for a while and have dealt with things before. They kind of know how to hold their own, and they're a family, so they know how to keep each other safe. But you kind of because of the anchor, the damage to the rudder, and now the weight, the guard ship is currently dead in the water for a little bit at least. They're going to definitely need some outside help to get them on their way, or they're just going to list into the shore. But you won't see any of that because
Nice.
you guys are on your way.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can we tell if they think we're just like... I know that they don't recognize the ship specifically, but can we tell if they think we're just getting out of Dodge because everybody's getting out of Dodge, or have they kind of clued in on the fact that, like, we caused this shit?
Well, that would kind of depend on if somebody saw somebody flip somebody off.
Good job, Izzy.
I don't regret it.
Oh.
So I'm going to do one more perception check to see if anybody on that ship saw Izzy. And well,
Soaking wet
and
halfling.
this is basically going to be a luck check. It's 3. Nobody saw you guys.
Ooh.
Oh, you are so
Um,
lucky, you
well,
little risk
indeed.
taker.
However, they do know JD. They do know JD was there, so they know
Mhm.
something is up. They just don't know which.
They don't know where he is
Which ship's
now.
to blame?
Where he is.
Yep.
Yes, but
Yeah.
he does. They do know he was here.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
so you guys get on your way. You follow this tributary. I'm guessing you were like full sail ahead, kind of thing.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of
and
Dodge.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
What
you head on your.
can I see if they're like if they figure out that their boat is broken? Like, can I tell that at all from the crow's nest?
There was a jerk, like when the weights and like splintering wood and that kind of thing. So they can take a guess.
Did
that
his face look really angry?
You can't see it from where you are.
I bet it
You
was
guys got
really
out of
angry.
So you guys are on your way, and free of the bazaar's tributary, you get back on the Embervale. There are some ships, smaller boats, I should say, from the bazaar that have like ridden along beside you. You see the bookseller, you see the magic item seller, but they seem to be on purpose, on the road of a purpose. And as soon as they're onto the Embervale, they seem to be pulling off to the shore to hide their boat and maybe regroup. Again, it looks like something that they've had in place before, just in case something happened. So they wave as you head off, and then kind of disappear into the reeds of the river. And you guys are once again alone on the Embervale, sailing onward.
It was unexpected.
Yeah.
Mm.
They've got my face. They know my family. We need to get. I told them that we'd be in Hearthwood, like, or to send word to Hearthwood. What if oh God. And Izzy's just gonna like start crying.
Oh.
Go over and just like hug a little bit. Not like smother, just a little hug.
All 3 of you give me a, I guess, history check.
Ooh.
Um,
Yep. Knew that was coming.
That's
So-
alright. It kind of makes sense for me as character sometimes.
She's not from around here.
So
Don't know.
Izzy, even though you're the one crying, you do kind of the rogue thing where you got to go back and remember all the little clues that you collected. They didn't say your name. They also did not call you guys fugitives or escapees or anything like that. And it wasn't at any point. Your family wasn't mentioned at any point. However, he's a cop. He doesn't have to share everything with people he interrogates. So it's unclear as to how the capital is faring. But you have noticed from these edicts and rumors that things have definitely changed very quickly. So without direct word from the capital, which Gregor could have given you, but you weren't going to talk to him, it's difficult to say what's happened back home.
Also, I don't think he would have given us.
Well, no, he'd
it.
probably take
Yeah.
you in for questioning.
Yeah.
And we all know what would have happened there.
We're
Mhm.
fugitives
Light of
and
day for a while.
we're fugitives in everything but name.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry, but also, if it had been said that you were heading to Hearthwood, he wouldn't have been stopping for a little bazaar.
He doesn't
Okay.
know.
True.
Nice. Good.
They're just
doesn't-
traveling anywhere along the river.
He doesn't know where we're going.
Good.
He doesn't have
And this is the same ship you saw in Logwood, so they
Taking-
also stopped in Logwood.
taking some breaths, He doesn't they don't know anything. They have crumbs and they're trying to make something out of it.
Oh, that is good to hear.
I'm trying to remember on the river. There is a point on the way to Hearthwood where the river forks. Have we gotten to that point yet?
So they might not know what direction to go.
Because I can't remember if
Mm.
we've gotten to the part where it forks, because one goes south towards Hearthwood and one goes
I
north.
guess I can throw you back to.
Yeah, if you could, because I don't have a picture of the map. Because
You've already passed that.
Oh, we've already passed it. That's right. Dang it.
Yes.
Boo hiss.
That's the Rosewater
couldn't
River
remember.
down from Red Vein.
Yeah.
That's right. I couldn't remember
Mm.
if we had. So would they have also sent a team north?
There was 4 of them.
They're going to all the
Mm.
corners.
They're going to the
Mhm.
corners. Okay. And of course, we ended up with the one that has the brother of the guy that you fucking hate.
Of course we did.
You know what? I'm glad because this boat did not deserve to be in the hands of someone like that. Can I kind of like stroke the banister?
Like of all 4 of them, of course.
You've got to admit,
course.
I know you're angry right now, but it's a very pretty ship.
It is a very pretty
It's a
boat.
very pretty ship.
Seriously, of all the people.
Yes, it is nice.
Of all the people.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he didn't notice. So obviously, he doesn't care that much. But
I feel like then, oh goodness, Fee, or Izzy, me, right? Goodness, Izzy, it's such a
Since when
good
did you
idea.
become-
I'm so glad that you thought to change the colors of the boat and all that stuff. I know. Listen, I know that this isn't maybe the easiest situation to be in right now, but I'm trying to make the right choices at the right time, and I'm doing the best I can.
You talk yourself, Izzy? Because it's good pep talk.
It's not a pep
Is
talk.
I supposed to listen?
No,
It
it's
was nice. I liked it. It was very good. And it is
understand that
true.
this is stressful.
Mhm.
And it is. I mean, this whole
Mhm.
situation has been absolutely insane ever since the execution or the attempted execution. Honestly,
It's the fault of the dog.
but
JD
not-
barks from down below.
it's not. We don't. I don't.
don't place blame on the dog.
I still think what I think
But-
before, and I feel like there's something
Mhm.
rotten in the capital, and
Oh, I agree.
Hmm.
Something
don't
is wrong
think
with
it's
that king.
I don't think it's the dog's fault.
It is not the dog's fault.
Ugh, I guess it is not the dog's fault.
He
Someday I
wasn't the
will
one
find
being.
fault.
He was not the one being charged for execution. He just happened to be on the chopping block because his owner was being possibly. Well, they obviously tried to execute her, but obviously that didn't work. But from what we've learned so far, it's probably not that she even actually did anything wrong.
Yes, what is she supposed to have had done?
That's what we're trying to find out.
Like, why we still don't know? I want to find
Her
out.
charges were sedition and
Yes.
Bullshit.
treachery.
Bullshit.
Supposedly,
Super vague bullshit.
all the things I said in the
Mhm.
first episode.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know.
basically like what
It's
people in
I know.
charge say about people who they don't like. What people with power decide to do to people
To
without.
get rid of someone who's inconvenient.
And you saw how they treated how these so-called heroes of the realm treated the common people of that bazaar.
It is true, was bad.
They aren't worth
It's not nice.
Awful.
the shit on the bottom of my shoes.
It is true.
Oh,
So
it is nice way to put this. I like that.
Thanks.
Hmm.
Maybe there's
We
a bit
shall
of bard in
continue.
me.
You do have a way with words. You do have a way with words. But
Mm.
yes, we shall continue on. This whole thing has been stressful, but at least we are handling it together as opposed to on our own. Because otherwise, I never would have been able to figure out half of this stuff.
You
Yes,
know,
we are do very good together, I think.
Okay.
It is very nice. I
Yeah.
agree with the fee.
yeah, I talk a big game, but I don't know if I would have ever actually left home and started this without y'all.
Really?
I mean, you dream about it, right? You think about it all the time, but
Mm.
taking that step out of the nest,
Yes.
out
If
of
I had not been where I was and met the two of you, I'd probably still be with the caravan. I would not have had a reason or an urge or the motivation to leave and travel on my own.
I am very glad that we as friends can inspire to do independence. It is very nice.
We are independent together.
Yes. It's a good way to say. It's true. I think we are do very good. And we will find these things and this information. And it will go well. And dog is fine, I guess.
JD barks. He's still tearing up the cloak.
Good boy.
Is there something with that cloak? Is it special cloak? Is he tear apart a
I
special
think it's just
cloak,
like
or
it represents the man, you know? And
Ah.
so it's like an effigy, I think is what they're called.
Okay. I just want to check it's not special cloak that make you not seen or something.
Oh shit. You know what? At this point, JD did
It's in
such a good
tatters.
job not well, he did such a good job not getting caught and distracting them long enough to get that done. I think he's deserved destroying a magical item if it was.
Yes, he actually did do pretty good.
Yeah.
I throw one of the eggs, or I don't throw it because it'll smash, but I like
Splat.
roll it, kind of let it roll down to wherever he is, like down there.
It goes
You
3
give
steps
this.
and then breaks.
You just roll a random egg on a ship. You know what? He'll lick it up at some point. It's
Egg
fine.
He'll
is
get
for
to it.
you because you do good job, but please eat because now is mess. Thank you. Goodbye.
So you guys continue down this road,
we're
On the road
river,
again. No, we're not doing the song.
talking about what happened, what could happen, what your conspiracies are, and the day passes. As the day passes, you notice that nobody is following you. You haven't seen sail nor stern of the ship pursuing you, so you can take a guess. You're at least a good day's ship ride ahead of them, if not more. You have no idea how long it's going to take them to fix it. And as you are heading around, you go around a bend, and you guys see a small sailing ship that is about half your size, but seems to be carrying large sacks and barrels. And it's flying a royal flag, but it is also flying like a dark blue flag with a little scroll with a scroll on it, with wings. And Izzy, you would know this as a mail ship. It's a post boat.
I'm gonna
Oh,
try.
that's cute.
Fuck.
So cute.
And at the helm, you see a young-looking Arakakra, kind of happily humming to herself as she's heading back up the river, obviously stopping at different villages and encampments to deliver mail and pick up mail. Probably most likely on her way back to the capital.
Fuck. See, I want to ask, but I worry that like if they've got my face.
See, you go down. Bend on the floor. Hello. How are you
Uh,
today?
the
Hello.
Aarakocra looks up, and she seems to brighten. She's like, looks like you could just tell is like a bubbly young Aarakocra. She waves back, and she kind of comes to your port side, and she seems to be used to this. She's got like these little like non-damaging grappling hooks to hold on to ships,
Adorable.
and she attaches herself and kind of flies up. She's an Aarakocra. She's got wings. She flies up and lands on. Hello, I'm Eggsy.
Hello.
I'm
Oh,
a
Eggsy.
mail carrier. Do you have anything you need me to take anywhere?
I actually was wondering if you have letters for me from my family. My name is my name.
Isadora.
My name is Isdor.
Isadora.
Do you have does you have sorry, do you have family in Hearthwood? That's where I've come from. I'm heading back towards the capital. Do you
Oh, you have
if you have
left the
family in
mail
Hearthwood,
there.
there's a possibility.
They may have
um,
dropped a letter for us there. Yeah.
Yes, I was asked for a letter from my family to be delivered Hearthwood. Have you already left the mail there? Because then I can get it there, maybe?
I left about a day or so ago. There's a few different towns around the lake I have to stop at. Let me check. And she floats back down. And she goes through like a labeled bag from Hearthwood. And she flies back up. No, I don't have any letters for anybody named Isadora. Sorry about that. I mean, but there's a possibility it's still there. We go up daily. And I'm heading to Logwood next. If you need me to take anything to there or beyond that, I can get any of the little towns in between.
I think I
I lean down and I shove Izzy's hat over half of her face.
yeah, so it's just like
I
a
go,
big
this is my friend Frank. And Frank,
Well, hi
what
Frank,
you
I'm
have
Eggsy.
these
hello.
days? That threw me, dude. That threw me. That was crazy. Yes, Frank, is you have question for this lovely person?
He is struggling so hard not to just.
If you could just wait a moment, I would like to send a letter out to the capital. To
Oh, sure, I can do that.
great. Okay.
I'm gonna start pinning down, like basically just like still safe. Please don't worry. We'll be in touch soon. Just like that as vague as possible, that, and like not even like put my name on it, like who it's from, and
Okay.
then put it in an envelope and then address it to my father's business,
Okay.
and then
Smart.
Clever, clever.
if we could, that should reach the merchant there in the capital. Thank you.
Okay. Eggsy takes the letter, and she says, "Great." And she kind of does that thing where she rocks back and forth on her heels, kind of looking a little expectant.
Like a silver coin.
Oh.
Give her like a for a great delivery, and I'm gonna give her one of my like a gold coin because I think that's what I have right now.
Okay. She takes the coin and she hops back onto her boat and she says, "Well, thank you. I mean, this is better than being paid in pamphlets, which is getting a little annoying in Hearthwood."
Actually, on that
No,
note,
don't. She's been through it
and I
enough.
just like toss a pamphlet out and
Ah.
hope that she catches it, and I'm assuming she doesn't, and it falls into the river.
Sorry.
Oh, don't worry. I've got plenty. And she like opens a whole crate full of pamphlets.
That's amazing.
His eyes just get massive, going,
Oh God, and this is what we're going into.
She looks to Izzy, not Mina Izzy, but Izzy.
My name is Frank.
Okay, she looks at Frank.
Frank, we are going to need to figure out how we are supposed to. It seems like they barter with pamphlets. We are going to need to get some pamphlets.
Like the
Pamphlets
whole
are very
currency.
helpful.
Ha-
They're their own
I
thing.
could write a a little
Oh
short
no,
one.
don't
on-
worry. It's just that Hearthwood is very I mean the church is very strong there, and well they just they like to get their word out, but it's not everybody. I mean, thankfully I do get enough tips to get my bird seed in the morning. But if you're expecting a response, the post office is in the center of the city. So look there if you want a response from your letter. She has no idea what
Oh,
you put in your letter,
Thank
so.
you very much.
Thanks.
That is helpful for me to know, so for when I get my letter from my parents. Thank you.
Okay.
Also, can I just say, I love that in this universe, all people that descend from elves just use a ridiculous amount of pamphlets. Just saying that.
It's very like weird because you think they'd be 4 trees
It could be magic paper. You
or
don't know.
or recycled paper.
There
Like,
you go.
It's made out of
Yeah.
trees that have had to fall because they've
It's
died.
every pamphlet
It's made
is
out of
made out of other. It's
recycled.
90% other pamphlets.
It's made out of
recycling.
sentient trees that murdered people.
Oh God,
Oh my god.
that's their version of execution.
Well-
You are hereby judged to be turned into pamphlets.
No, not again.
Yeah, it's a very grueling system. They polymorph people into trees, and then
In a way, kind of great.
Oh God! I mean, it's
That's
efficient,
awful.
but it's gruesome.
Amazing.
Jesus.
oh, and Eggsy, before she pulls her little hooks off, she says, "Oh, before I forget." They're telling more people now, but they really do need to put up some signs. When you get to Rootwood Lake, which is the lake that Hearthwood is on, just stick to the edges. Don't go in towards the center. They've been having some issues with some disappearances around the center of the lake. So stick to the edges of the lake. Again, they really need to put more signs up. I think they're working on that at the Delta, but just be careful. And then she unhooks and pushes away to head back up the river.
Thank you.
Excuse me, what?
Goodbye. Excuse me, what?
Hey.
Are you asking why? She's already gone. She's
Oh no, I figured it was even if I wanted to ask her a question, she's already like done.
yeah,
Yeet, bye.
I thought you were talking to a cat.
But it's just like, I mean, with our children probably.
Yeah.
But it's like she's
so-
just holding the edge of the ship and just looks at her friends going, disappearances, great. Oh, Jesus.
So
Maybe if we can find them. They disappeared. We find them. We are
Or
good
we
find
end up-
everything.
Or we end up disappeared.
We will be fine if we are disappeared. We will come back.
Ugh.
Yes, we are skilled.
Personally, I think
I would prefer not to be disappeared at all.
well, yeah, no, that'd be
Cool.
that'd be good. But I was more thinking, right, like if we end up this isn't the weirdest thing we've run into lately,
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not
Right?
wrong.
right? So like I
It's all
feel like
the
that's kind of
living
comforting in a
oven.
way.
Mm.
Like even with all
Mm.
this bullshit, it's not going to be the weirdest thing.
Nope.
It's
Okay.
Right? It's
Well,
oddly
we
comforting,
can't
right?
really, we can't really stop anything. We still have to get to Hearthwood. So here we go.
it's a lake. It's
Hmm.
not a river, so you guys can just, like she said, keep to the
To
banks.
the edges.
Keep
Yeah.
to
To the
edges of
edges.
lake as you
Something's
make your way
going on in the
around.
middle, yeah.
So you guys are continue on. You see once in a while a boat here or there. Not too much traffic at the moment. You continued on for about another day. What are you guys doing? Anything before you reach the delta of the lake?
Reread my
river
favorite
into the
book
lake,
series
sorry.
again. Because I learned so much from him.
You read Everett the Brave.
I feel like you should lose an
Again.
intelligence point.
Mhm.
You just dropped a minute to begin with.
Give me
Don't
a wisdom.
Put that idea in her mind.
Give me a wisdom save.
Wisdom
God.
Oh no! Are you
Oh,
gonna delete
God.
an intelligence? My intelligence is already a -1. Like, come on, dude. Okay, what am I doing?
Oh,
Wisdom save?
Yes.
Crap.
You're fine.
Okay, good.
You,
Oh yeah, because my wisdom is a
you,
+2. I don't want to mess up my
You
wisdom.
read the story of Everett the Brave versus the Viper of Golden Sands, and
Oh.
you
the
get
island of chairs.
no, not the Islands of Cheers. That was near the end. That's one of his greatest tales.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Oh my god. Amazing.
and you feel that he spent way too many chapters describing the color of the curtains in the Sultan's guest bedroom.
Oh my god.
Different shades of red.
Yeah, and
How
you
many
start
times
thinking,
can you say crimson?
and you start formulating hypotheses that he is actually channeling his inner child into
Oh
this
God.
chapter in particular.
God.
Oh my god. I bother everybody by telling them all my theories. The whole time I'm reading it. They're doing their own things and I'm just telling them all my theories. I don't get a choice. I follow
I'm like
them
a
around.
captive audience at the wheel.
Oh, God.
It's like game theory, except like significantly worse. So
She starts drawing NFTs of Everett the Brave.
So
no,
because
these
we're
will be
traveling
worth
and
a
stuff like
lot
that,
of money.
do we get like all our spell slots and stuff back?
Yeah.
Okay,
You've
cool.
basically
And if we can heal?
taken the equivalent of a few short rests or long rests by now. So you're
Heal up, Izzy.
you're good.
Oh yeah, cool. Thank you.
But yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't have to fix anything. I just stood on a bank.
I got
I
hit
can
by
change
a
that. You
wave.
want me to change that? Hold on, let me roll for
Nope,
something.
I'm good.
No, you well, Sam,
doing
Mina
good.
get a-
does need to roll for eggs.
Yeah, rolling more.
I
I
need
hope
to
you're
roll for
keeping track
eggs.
of all these eggs because I am not.
Nope.
I'm
I
not.
haven't kept track of any of them. I assumed we eat them every time.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay,
thought.
well-
I figured they just get eaten within 24 hours, but
We eat them.
how many eggs do we have to play with?
Oh, right now,
Uh,
2. And we had 3 yesterday, but I gave one to the doggo.
Mm-hmm.
No, we
you
had
had
4
You
yesterday.
gave- So now
That's
you
what
have
I
two.
meant.
So now we had
So you have
3.
We had
5.
3.
So 5.
Except
And we've
we
been on the
probably
river
ate
for 2
some of them.
days.
Yeah.
So roll again.
Oh, I need to roll again.
Mm-hmm.
You've just been eating a ridiculous.
Meanwhile,
Three more.
she's getting eggs. Fee, are you doing anything?
I'm probably just like doing a little bit of training with my sickle, playing my lyre to give music, and then hanging out with my little snake and making sure that the snake is fed.
Yes, Marshmallow looks.
You have an egg.
Okay.
Marshmallow swallows the egg.
snake.
You see the bump go down her body again.
Adorable.
Good marshmallow.
He does that wiggle to get the egg down.
Cute.
Such a sweet little snack.
The
I
baby.
wonder what would happen if they ate an egg whole and then you kind of like squeezed them so it broke inside of them.
That sounds
That's
bad.
a very good question. I don't know.
Anyway,
That
um,
hurt.
I don't know because they have pretty powerful digestive systems. Anyway,
I mean, it's got to
Hmm.
dissolve at some point anyway.
right.
Hmm.
But it probably wouldn't be good because of the shards. You don't want to like
Yeah.
cut up the insides.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about like when an egg breaks.
Snake
etc.
anatomy.
I'm thinking way too much about this. Anyway,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
Fee, you're playing music. You're feeding Marshmallow. Izzy, are you doing anything in specific?
Just kind of on the helm and then like taking care of the sword.
Okay, you shine up the sword a little bit.
Make it all pretty.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
so
and
if
with
you-
an environment like water like this, you've really got to make sure that like if you take care of your weapons, you got to make sure you're taking care of them on the water.
Oh, and then
yeah,
Fee's,
when you aren't
Fee's
looking,
kind of. Oh, go ahead.
no, when you aren't looking, you do see somebody eyeing it for possibly using it as a kebab.
Yes.
I've already said
Well-
no.
It will get rusty if
You-
I don't.
You have to. That's not how any of that works.
I think it is.
If
I know things
you
sometimes.
touch my
I've been
sword-
reading these books, and these books they tell me.
If you
it gets
touch my sword
rusty.
without my permission,
Yeah.
something will get skewered.
It will be the dog.
No,
okay.
that.
Everett does go into detail about how he uses fish oil on his sword, and it keeps it shiny and slick.
I've been like lecturing you about this for at least 40 minutes.
She's your friend. She saved your life. She's your friend. She saved your life.
Fee, who has reverted back to her like default with the blue hair and everything like that, walks over.
Mina, how about we go over here to this other side of the boat,
Bless you.
and you can tell me all about the costume that Everett was wearing, because I know he goes into great detail, and we could see about maybe drawing something, or if you want, I can see about
Oh my god, she's into the NFTs now.
Oh my god, she's gonna become Everett the Brave. I have a picture here.
I'm just
Oh my
trying
god,
to.
she's gonna cosplay as Everett the Brave.
I'm just gonna try and like get her away from Izzy, so Izzy doesn't murder.
As we're walking, I'm just like, yes, his favorite color is crimson, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Fee's already kind of like vaguely listening, but she's just like, it's better to keep you alive as opposed to you talking to Izzy any longer.
So you guys sail for a couple days. You do finally, you kind of feel the water rush a little bit at the near the end, and you feel the delta pull at the ship and pull it into a large lake. So stretch out before you is the Rootwood Lake. It is extensive, very, 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 very big. You can almost, it's like kind of like a Great Lake of the continent. It's almost impossible to see the other side. If you squint and/or have really good eyesight, maybe up in the crow's nest, you can kind of see it. But from where the river empties out into the lake, it is quite large. But you do see that not far from you, to the west, is a settlement or two, and you see that there's a few different ones that line the coast of this lake. It is probably used extensively by the people around here. But that is not the most amazing thing. Even though there's huge lakes before you and you're free of the river, the most amazing thing is actually something that surprises you.
What?
You see 2 airships
Whoa.
in 2
What?
different parts of the sky, kind of over the lake, and they seem to be floating in like a pattern, almost like a giant circle from each other. They are like your ship, except with a large balloon above it, oblong shaped, kind of looks like a kidney, and you see one seems to be going lower and seems to be going to one of the settlements or little towns on the side of the lake, on that west bank that you guys saw.
What kind of bird is that is carry that ship? It is a weird shaped bird.
I do not think that it is a bird.
This
Oh,
is.
It does not have wings like a bird.
but how is it in the air? I just got weirdly kind of French. I don't know what that was.
That is. My eyes are as big as saucer.
Yeah,
Like,
these Embervale has not seen these before. They are new. You might have heard rumors. Fee, you might have heard more rumors because you've traveled a little bit more on land. But they, if anything, they've been a grand idea.
they're fucking beautiful.
Fee looks over at Izzy and can immediately tell from the look on her face that her face just says, I want one.
I do.
Yeah, really? She's gonna steal it.
I might.
You do
Don't
see
give
the
her
one
any
that
ideas.
is landing again is going to a town that is on the right bank of the lake.
Shall we head towards the right?
I think it's good, but we stay on the outside.
The edge.
Yes,
Stick towards the banks.
Yeah.
on the edge.
Okay. You sail for these airships are pretty high, so you could see them. Once they get close to the coast, it's kind of hard to see until you start sailing that direction. When you do glimpse where they've landed, it is a town, and you see a handful more of these airships, either on the shore or even at the dock. Like they could also sit in the water. Um, and this little almost a cross between a town and a small city is on the edge here, and as you near it, it becomes more and more detailed. It seems to be a little bit industrious. There seems to be a good portion of people. You do see steam rise into the air, so they've probably tapped into one of the steam vents down below and are using it for power in one way or another, whether it be magic or steam power. To turn turbines and that kind of thing. But you see a good chunk of people as you get closer to this dock, and you see a sign at the edge that this says this is Coal Bank.
Okay.
Coal Bank. Okay.
So I'm guessing you.
Yeah, I would say we dock. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it's
Alright.
up to Easy. She's the one driving the boat.
Yeah. No.
She's
Yeah.
distracted.
Yeah. I very
Never
much am.
Turn up in the boat.
we like we accidentally go ashore with the boat. Like
Oh,
it's
God.
stuck.
It crashes and sinks,
God.
and Izzy's out of boat.
No.
I wouldn't say that.
So as you guys dock, you see these various shapes and sizes of these airships. They all have a similar design in basics, so they all kind of look like they took a ship that would be on water and lashed it to some kind of balloon up above. Some people have different shaped balloons. Some people have different types of lashing. People, you can almost get a sense, those that know magic, you can kind of get a sense that there's some magic help in a few of them. Some have like runes etched across them. They have different names. The boats are different types of boats. They're smaller, larger, a big mix. So you kind of get the feeling that these are designs and creations done by different people. And as you dock, somebody helps you tie up. Just a dock hand who's there welcoming you in. And he asks, you guys have any questions? Have you ever been to Coal Bank before?
Hello. No, we are new, and I have a couple questions for you. My first question is, have you heard of the goddess Illustre? Because she is very wonderful, and I give you this pamphlet, and you can look later after you answer my other question, and I shove a pamphlet in his face. And my second question.
Oh, these.
Yes, it is very going to help you, I promise. And my other question is, where do we get one of these birds?
It's not a bird.
She means
the-
the boats.
You mean the airships?
Yes, the bird that carry the
Airship.
boat.
Have you? I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's one of my favorite Disney like animations, but it's Mr. Toad or the Ichabod. Or the Ichabod
yeah.
and Mr. Toad thing. The Mr. Toad
It's been
specifically.
a while, but
My
yes, I do know.
Izzy in my head right now is the motor car.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sir, where do I get this?
So he laughs.
Amazing.
You don't quite get one of these. You haven't been here before. So here in Coal Bank, our slowly building industry, as you can tell, is the airships. We've tapped into a very strong vent of steam down below, and it helps power a good chunk of the town. And we have a lot of inventors and creators here that have been working on perfecting the design. I'm just a dockhand.
Mhm.
I don't work on a lot of them. But in order to get one, you'd have to know and probably pay one of them. A good portion of the inventors here are being funded and sponsored by the Leafborn family up in Hearthwood.
We will find these people. I want this bird.
Well, I mean,
No,
these
I.
have already been made and sold.
Yeah.
I guess you could get yours made into an airship if you have the gold.
Oh my.
Yes.
That's the.
But like I said, it's
How
gonna
much?
cost a.
How much do you think it would cost?
Oh, I just work on the dock, ma'am. I'm not
You have
sure.
a general idea. Don't play coy with me, young man.
I have
Okay,
104 gold.
Not
Will
it.
that
Definitely.
cover it?
No, it won't. But I want to know what I'm building
hey,
towards.
ladies. I'm just a dockhand. I'm just gonna tell you what I know. The Leafborn family up in Hearthwood. Let's just say they own a quarter of the city. So you can kind of take a guess that if they can afford multiple of
I'm
these,
filthy rich.
yeah, they're a high and
New
mighty,
goal.
very rich elf family. So
Perhaps if I go to them and I tell them about my goddess, then they will have a change of heart and want to be very generous and will take my 104 gold and will help our ship and make it with this bird. I think this is a good idea.
I think that you have lovely ambitions, and sir, thank you for answering all these questions. And I'm gonna pull Mina with me for a second. They're never going to go for that. I love that you think that they will. They're never gonna go for that. So
They might, you
instead,
don't know.
I
Can try.
this is just, you know how sometimes like you get these goals and it's not gonna take 2 days. Like they're gonna take your whole life to get to. I am going to own one of those one day. It's not necessarily going to be today, but
It might be.
I
We
will.
can
No,
try.
it definitely won't be. It definitely won't.
We will try. It is okay.
No, it's fine. I really love that you think that we can, but we've got other fish to fry, dear.
Good. Come on, Feweer, go find this family. Come on.
the dockhand who hasn't really gone away, he kind of like rubs the back of his neck. He goes, you can ask around if you can afford one, but hey, look, you didn't hear it from me, but there is somebody who's looking to do a favor in exchange for an airship. It's not gonna be a good favor, and most people have told her to, piss off. But if you find Opal, she's in the mechanic shop, kind of on the outside of town. She might be able to help you out.
Didn't we have something to do in Hearthwood too, though?
We're not in Hearthwood.
We're not?
No, you're in Coalbank.
We're in Coalbank. Thought we were in Hearthwood. Okay.
Nope.
Not yet.
We're in Coalbank.
Fun. All right.
Gonna get a ship. Gonna get an airship.
I don't.
Okay, thank you. What was her name again?
Her name's Opal.
Opal. Okay. We will find this Opal, and I will help my friend to have her dream. That is a dream she got today, but it is a life dream. So let us go. We find Opal. Thank you. And I just start walking off.
Oh my god. Mina! And I'm gonna follow after.
JD jumps out of the boat and follows after.
No. JD. Listen, I know it sucks, but until we can figure out a way to make you invisible, you can't come with us.
He whimpers.
I know it sucks. I know. Hey.
And he bounces back and forth on his front paws, like wanting to go on ground.
It's just too dangerous. Like, we're still trying to keep you safe, right?
Whimper.
How torn apart is that cape? Could we put the cape on the dog?
Oh, it's shattered. It's like tatters. He's gone to town. He hasn't had a dog toy. You guys haven't played with him. He's just been a dog on a boat, all right?
Yeah. How about hey, I know that you can't come into town with us, but what if me and you go to like a field for a little while and just like hike around for a little bit?
He barks.
Would that be okay? I know it's not the perfect answer, but at least you'd be off the ship, right?
Yeah, he kind of puts his head down, but he goes back onto the ship.
Oh.
No, you can come. I meant we could go do that now.
Oh, okay. He follows.
Ears perk up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. Hey, I know you want to go find that person, but I really need to take like a detour for JD. Or if Harold wanted to come, could have like some free range chicken.
No, I am Protect Harold under my shield. It's okay, but thank you for the offer. Free range chicken. I can't. That's funny.
Harold pecks the back of your head.
Ow! Stay there. Don't be mean. Take him off my back and I turn him the other direction so he can't peck my head.
He pecks the shield in like a pattern, like a song.
Like,
It sounds like
"Dee, dee,
marimba.
dee, dee, dee." Oh my god, that's amazing. He is
Luau.
a musical chicken.
Okay,
Starts
so you guys
pecking
head
it in
into
such a
town.
pattern that he Rick rolls you.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
gonna go play with JD first.
Okay.
Should
you
should we maybe go find Opal, or would you rather we just look around? Yes, I would have actually asked that to Izzy.
Oh, me. Sorry, I thought you were asking Leah.
No, I think
no.
she was asking.
No, if you guys want to go ahead and just see what the job is, and then we can meet back in the boat in like 3 hours.
Okay, we will do this. Is that okay with you?
That is fine, as long as we are just finding out about it, not like
Begin it by
Exactly.
ourselves. Yes, it is true. How are the rings doing?
It's
they-
been a few days.
they
If
good?
you've worn them the whole few days, they've attuned to you.
Okay, I think we should change our rings.
Oh, yeah.
We will exchange them and then we can find you.
Do we want to do like a I give mine to Fee, Fee gives hers to you, you give me yours? Just like a
I think that sounds good.
trio swap.
Perfect.
Okay. So you exchange rings.
You...
With this ring, your cup will never
do.
empty.
Okay.
It's the corpse bride vows.
Yeah, I know.
I
I'm a Tim Burton fan too.
love
So you guys exchange rings, and then you split off. Following the the dockhand workers' directions, you kind of move your way through town, but are heading towards the edge of town. As you go through the town, you do see there are like estimates posted to different boards outside of mechanic shops. Currently saying is the current airships can be developed for 1 million gold. And there's like various estimates that different shops are kind of throwing out to see if anybody's interested. They've also they put up basic specs, but they won't put out like blueprints or anything like that, not to give it away to other people.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it seems like this is a place where if you were interested in sponsoring this,
Yeah.
you could come and kind of shop a little bit and see what mechanics are currently working on. Almost like a market for these airships without, presenting the airships themselves out in the open. It's almost like a grant thing. Like these people are asking for money to start developing these more. But you go to a shop that's kind of on the edge. It's a lot smaller than the others. You don't hear as many people inside. In fact, you only hear one hammer to metal right now. And it's a little bit a ways from other people. There is a little garden out front. Or to the side, and it's obviously a little ostracized. But this is where the dockhand told you Opal's workshop was. And you see a board out in front of hers as well. But hers says it doesn't under price or like estimated price. It says inquire within.
I walk in and I go, hello!
You just walk in.
Hello! I am, hello?
You open the door just suddenly without knocking. And you see, you're oh shit, and then like the hammer coming down but not hitting metal, and then ow, and you see a young-looking woman with long blonde hair and slightly pointed ears. She's like shaking her hand from where the hammer hit it. And she looks to be tall. She's lean. Obviously works with her hands a lot. She's currently working on some kind of sheet of metal. And she frowns at the interruption. Well, what'd you go and do that for?
Smash.
And Mina, you might know this, but she looks to be a half elf.
Oh, okay. Okay. See. Oh, I am sorry. I opened door. It hurt your hand somehow. I just opened door. It said inquire inside, but this is fine. Hello,
Still
hello.
knock.
I sorry. I didn't know it was not written on door, so I thought just walk.
I need to
is
go
my
around
problem.
putting knock on door on everything.
It would be a good idea, just make things even more clear. I think.
Can
right?
I help
right,
you with
Fee?
something?
God, just giving her a lecture on how to put on her own door.
Yeah.
Awful.
I'm pretty sure
yes.
you walked in here.
Okay, Karen.
I am sorry.
What?
Excuse me. Hello, my name is Mina, and this is my
She
friend.
goes back to her Mormon script.
Yes. Exactly, 100%. Have you heard of the goddess Illustrate? No, I'm kidding. I'm not actually doing it this time.
I grew up in Lockwood. I know about all the Elvish gods.
Oh, excuse me. Are you do speak Elvish?
Yeah. Mostly.
Hold on 1 second.
She actually looks like incredibly
God.
embarrassed for a minute.
Oh God. So I turn to Fee and I say, excuse me, Fee, do you want to be able to understand I say, or can I speak in Elvish and tell you? What would you prefer?
If it is better for you to speak in your native tongue, it is perfectly fine. Just make sure that I eventually know what has transpired.
I will explain you everything.
Thank you.
Okay. And I turn back and I go, well, hello, my fine lady. I am very, very sorry that I accidentally scared you in your workshop. But yes, indeed, it would be very nice to put a sign on the door that said to knock, because I don't want that to happen to you again. In any case, I noticed your board outside about the airships, and I am very, very interested, myself and my two friends. And we were wondering, what exactly are you looking for in order to possibly create an airship for us? That weird at the end.
I'm going to attempt this.
I
So
already know it's gonna happen.
she looks kind of embarrassed and she says, "Right, so
Yes, amazing.
picture the most Cockney accent you can, because
Awesome.
I suck at it.
That's amazing.
Well, Roy, I am. I need a favor.
Like Mina's voice to everyone else is being said to her now.
I need a favor.
Yes.
Favor. And she's like going through the words she knows.
Would this be easier if we switch back to common for you? Because I don't want to be putting you in a terrible position where you can't exactly talk to me. And also, my friend does not speak Elvish, so perhaps that would actually be better for all of us. What do you think?
He's just standing there, like, checking her nails.
Right. Yeah. And then she just drops it. Look, I was raised by my mother, who was human and didn't know Elvish. So, yes, if we could move back to common, I'm very sorry.
It is okay. I am
very-
not mind to move to common. I am very good with this language too.
Right. This is how I feel most of the time. Right. The favor. Listen. So I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound stupid, but I need you to stay with me. I need proof that I am a Leafborn.
The fuck? Just test your blood.
Okay.
And there's like a long
Ancestry
silence, and like
DNA.
she's expecting you to leave, but you don't. Okay, oh, you're still here.
Hmm?
I'm
Hmm?
half elf,
Hmm?
and my mother raised me, and she wouldn't tell me who my father was.
Mm.
Excuse me, I've just been
But I
burping a lot right now. Sorry.
Okay.
what?
No, keep going. I didn't mean to. Ignore me. Ignore me, dearie.
You're in the field throwing a ball, I think.
Yeah,
Burping.
that's it.
Thank you.
Um,
Okay.
don't freak out, but I know I'm a leaf born, and
Okay.
nobody believes me when I say it, or they make fun of me, and I've lost a lot of friends, and that's kind of why I live on the outside of town. But
That
here's
is
the deal: if
stupid. They
you,
are stupid.
this is what I'm offering. If you find proof that
Hmm.
my father was a leaf born elf, in the Hearthwood family, if you find proof, I will turn any ship you have, one, I can only do one at a time, into an airship.
Hmm. B, what do you think?
I mean, it's definitely not what I was originally thinking.
No?
What did you think I was going to ask for?
Well, no offense, because you seem like a wonderful person, but the person at the dock made it seem like you were going to ask us to like commit some crime or some weird thing.
Write something.
Well, that's the thing.
Okay.
The the Leafborn family is run by a matriarch that is very private and very strict.
Very scary.
Yes,
Hmm.
and many of their documents and anything that might prove that I was one of them is in their vault.
Hmm.
I
So
see.
technically,
We would
in
be breaking into a vault.
It sounds like yes.
Yes.
unless you can find another way, but from what my mother told me, my father is dead. So,
Hmm.
unless she was lied to, that would be the only way.
Okay.
Hmm.
Also, I have to go with you.
What? Why?
Oh,
Well, I mean, if we find proof, I need to
Hmm.
confront my family, right? I
True.
mean, that's what's supposed to be done.
Oh.
Should I not go with you? I mean, I can stay
No,
here.
it could be nice if you go with us.
it is
I mean,
possible, but if anything, it could also be helpful for you to stay here. That way, we are just finding evidence to bring back to you.
but you know, Fee, does have good skill to maybe get doors open and things like this because she good with the tools. Do you
That
have
is true.
tools you can bring with you to help to break doors and things like this?
She holds up her injured hand.
Hey.
Yes. I'm not a thief or anything, so I don't have much to offer in that department. Um, look, if I can't go with you, I I could work on your ship while you go. But if you don't find the proof, I have to keep a part of the ship that I work on.
We will have to consult our friend, but
Mhm.
she might have more information or more ideas on how to feasibly do this.
Mhm.
So
She is a
perhaps
thief.
she's not necessary. Well, no, yeah, you're right. You're right. That argument died real fast. Never mind.
I mean, it's not like I have anybody scrambling for the offer, but
Right.
if I don't figure out something
Mhm.
soon, I'm gonna have to leave this town. I can't really
Mm.
afford rent for this shack much anymore.
Okay.
Yes,
We
we
will.
will bring
We
our
will.
friend.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Yes, she should have some very clever ideas. She's very clever.
Very smart.
And we can figure out possibly a good way to go about this plan.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
we will look into it. We will go get her and let her know and possibly bring her back.
Yes, we will be back. With
Okay.
our thief friend.
Very good. I'll be here. Could you possibly knock next time?
We will
I
knock,
think
I
you should
promise.
put a sign on the door that specify. I will
Mina.
make a sign. I
Mina,
grab a
Mina.
piece of paper
Fee just
out
starts
of my
pushing her
bag
out.
and I
She just
write
starts
a
pushing her
sign
out without letting
and I
her like write her
tape
note.
it to the door.
We will be back. Thank you. Keep
Thank you,
going.
goodbye. I tape the
Uh,
note on the door before we walk off.
Meanwhile, JT is chasing like the 500th ball,
It's so cute.
and he doesn't seem to be running out of any energy.
Oh,
Whew.
dear.
God, poor
Boy,
Izzy.
you are just built for this, huh? And I'm gonna try and hurl it as far as I can.
He blinks away, catches it, and then goes.
No,
Not
no, no,
Aw.
JD,
It's not fair.
stop cheating.
A
He
cheater.
No
barks and
powers.
trots back.
You rotten boy.
Mhm.
Rolls
No
over on his back to show
powers.
his tummy.
I give him a big belly rub.
Pretty cute.
Oh, sweet puppy.
So have we come and found you
I'm guessing.
using the rings? Yeah. Okay, good. I'm making sure.
So, what was the
He's
job?
cheating, though. You can explain.
So, Opal is a half elf who was raised by her human mother.
Yeah.
And she is wanting us to find proof of her lineage to a very wealthy, powerful family.
Oof.
But any possible proof is in the wealthy, powerful family's vault.
Yep. Vault job. Okay.
Yes. And
Vault
Izzy
if
knows
job.
these things
possible,
well,
she
I
wants
see.
to come with us.
Why does she? Well, what do we know about
Confront
her?
them.
Is she
We
even
She
like?
has a
want to
broken hand.
confront.
She's injured.
It was her own fault because she did not put a sign on the door.
No, yeah, most of the time. I don't know. I personally really would she have. What is her main reason for wanting to come? Does she feel like she can actually offer anything to us, or is she just listen? I don't like escort missions.
Mostly she was saying that if we did find irrefutable proof that she wanted to be there to confront the family, because apparently the matriarch is very strict and stern and scary.
Then it would be
But
even better for us to not bring her because the last thing we want is someone like giving away our position if we're trying not to get caught and she's gonna drag all that attention. I don't know.
Agreed. It was
It's a good
also
point.
brought up that she could stay here, like stay where she is. It's just it would require us to not only break into the vault but break out of the vault with the evidence as opposed to just having to get in and then confront.
And you'd have to leave the
Hmm.
ship if she's going to start working on it.
And we'd have to leave the ship behind so she can start working on it. But if
And
we
if
do
we
not
do not
succeed,
find
then she would keep what she was working on.
whatever part of the ship that was.
She wants to keep
So-
the ship if we fail the job.
Not the
She's
whole
not going
ship,
to.
but
She's
part
not
of
keeping
it.
the whole ship. It would better, since it is your ship, it would be better for you to barter and work out the
Okay.
conditions.
I think we
Yes.
need to go
Also,
back.
I'm guessing you tell her that the prices that you guys saw in the
Oh,
Oh
city
yes.
yeah.
are not even
Airships
feasible.
Impossibly expensive.
It's-
Impossibly expensive.
My 104 gold would not buy it. I have
No.
found.
We
Wow.
would need like
How
much-
100,000 more of that.
Oh
More
shit.
than that.
Because
Would
it is
need,
like
like-
a million gold.
Yes, a
Well.
million.
Well,
lot.
well, well. I really want
Oh.
one, but JD,
Rough.
do you think that this is worth all the trouble we're most likely going to get into?
He looks up at one of the airships that's kind of hovering, doing like a test flight, and seems excited. And then he looks back to the water and puts his ears back.
Well,
Apparently, he's had enough of the water.
let's go
Mm.
see a half elf about a boat.
And give me a history check, everybody. And this is just for my benefit, I think.
I did better. Oh my god,
Hey, you
I got a
crit!
nat 20.
Which was a 19.
Wow.
Mina, Mina and Fee both remember from watching Izzy with her maps and remembering the information you guys got. The other amount of evidence that you guys found from the ship suggested a dwarf that was in Red Vein. Red Vein is landlocked. There's nowhere for a boat to get to it.
We will need this. It will be
It is
important.
true.
Unless you want to walk the whole way and or find horses.
One does not simply walk into Red Vein.
Well,
I saw an
It's only
opportunity
if you
and I
want to
took
go that way. You don't have to go that way. I'm just saying.
no, yeah, no,
Oh,
okay.
It's a good idea.
it. That's
Well-
the Midwest right there. Oh yeah, no.
So, let's JD, you need to go back to the boat, bud. You need to be out of sight because they're looking for us. I'm gonna kind of put my hood up just in case. And let's go talk.
JD barks and heads back to the boat. You guys head back into the town, go and find her little mechanic shop. And there's now an etched sign on the front that says knock.
Amazing. Amazing. Please, take my advice. It is good advice.
It's rather uncommon, though.
Fine.
Usually you just knock when you go into places. Everyone in the
know.
kingdom knows that.
You would think that, and then you have to
No.
remember that we are with someone who is not from this place.
It is right.
Oh, well,
Accommodate the
and she
foreigners.
gave poor Opal quite a fright.
Did. And then I pound on the door really hard.
Jesus. It's just a triple tap. It's just a simple.
It's just one.
It's all you
little
have to
knuckle.
do.
One little knuckle.
Apologies. I'm just gonna go ahead and go in now. At this point, we've knocked. Apologies.
I am
I'm
so sorry.
Still
Hello
teaching
again. I
teaching
knocked on the door.
a-
Your sign is beautiful.
friend the ropes.
Come in. I'm no longer hammering.
All right, sure. Hi.
Yeah, we walk in.
Yeah, we're in.
I'm Izzy.
This is our friend who is a thief.
Well, I've stolen
Fee
a.
looked at her like, I would love to hear you try and deny it.
Only
She is very
taken.
good at these things. She would be very good at help us to get into this vault. So
I've only
you now
taken
need
what's
convince
absolutely
her.
necessary.
She does things for good. So if this is good thing,
I don't need to know. I really
Perfect.
don't need to know too much.
'Cause I'd not like to tell
what
it.
you're going to be doing is going to be probably illegal anyway. This is just what I can offer in exchange for my skills. Just if you agree, show me your ship. I'll show you how to get to Hearthwood. And
So-
we should be good.
Can you handle a fight if it comes to it?
She looks down at her injured hand.
Oh, for the love of
Probably
God.
not.
Mina, take care of that.
yes,
Well,
can I
no,
do?
I mean, yes.
I can I can do lay on hands.
Yeah.
Oh, I have cure wounds. I have cure wounds.
Sweetheart, she's an NPC.
I can do
Don't
cure
metagame.
wounds on her. Do cure wounds on her.
Well, I've worked with my hands a lot. I don't really bite.
So we would I have to babysit you this entire trip?
Well, that's kind of condescending.
It's an honest question when we're trying to do what you want us to do. I'm
going to in exchange for what you want me to do.
I agree we both want things, but if you were needing my help, like if I wanted to be a part of everything that you're doing on the ship, you'd want to make sure I didn't fuck it up while you were doing it, wouldn't you? I feel like this is just a fair question, mate. I'm not trying to tell you or say that you're awful or say that you're going to get us caught. I'm trying to make a fair assessment so I know what to do to plan forward. If you want to come, great. I need to know what I can do with you.
I love this hostility. This just immediate hostility between the two of them. I can't handle it. This is me talking, not Mina.
Opal looks down a little bit, and then she says, I haven't been to the city since I was a child, and my mother took me out of the city.
Can you handle yourself in a fight?
Opal sniffles.
Perhaps may I offer a compromise?
Yeah.
What if Opal comes with us to the city?
I don't have to go. I just need some assurances that you guys will do what you said to do.
And of course, I understand that. So perhaps she comes with us to the city so that she is close, but perhaps just to make sure that she remains safe and that we know exactly what we are capable of.
Mm-hmm.
She does not come with us on the vault mission. So that she is nearby.
Yeah, see
but
that
she is not put in danger when we are infiltrating this wealthy and very strict, stern matriarch's house vault.
I'm gonna kind of like put my hand on Opal's
too.
hand and like explain, like that's what I'm saying is, I don't want you to die on this mission.
Well,
this
you
is
could've
about
just
your
phrased it
safety.
like she did.
What?
You could have just phrased it like she
I said
did.
basically the same thing.
Not really. You said babysitting. That's very condescending.
Oh my god.
I will go and stay on the ship and bring what I can to work on the ship while I'm at the dock, and you can go and do the roguish illegal things. Fair?
I think it sounds fair.
Deal.
Okay, perfect.
We do have to make sure that she is not going to speak a word of our canine companion.
You know how you're asking us to do something a little illegal?
A lot of illegal, but
a lot,
sure.
yeah. So we'd appreciate some discretion about whatever might be on our boat.
Do you have
He's
a sex
not
boat?
a monster. God damn it.
What? No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we've run into that before. Just let me gather my things and.
What did she say?
Sure,
He asked if we had a sex boat.
No. No.
Maybe.
Jesus, do I look like someone who would have a sex boat?
Do you want me to
you have
Actually, no, I'd rather not. I know what's happened. I've been there.
Just give me a little bit to load my things into a trunk, and I'll be able to go.
Do you need any help?
No, I've got it. I just need to lock up and take down my knock sign.
It is a very good sign.
It is.
You did a very good job.
Thank you for indulging her, if nothing else.
It is very pretty. It looks very lovely.
It
Um,
is
Not to
so
be
beautiful.
she
superfluous.
she gets to work filling a trunk with certain things that she'll need. She can't do a ton of work because there's like large pieces that she would need to create in her shop. But there is things that she can start working on as long as she has access to your ship and like access to her tools. You get the feeling that she's kind of like a diet artificer. It's not like a full blown fighter, but like specializing in the artificer
In the
end of
crafting
things.
aspect.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. She's a tinker.
Mhm.
basically.
Is there anything that you can give us that we can take on this mission to help maybe with like a big vault doors or things that are big and are hard to get through without the thing to use to get through them? You know what I mean?
She thinks for a minute and then she says, I do, and I will give them to you when we get to Hearthwood. No offense, but
Okay.
I don't want to give them to you yet.
Sounds perfectly reasonable. Do the
Okay.
same in your position.
It's understandable.
So she finishes throwing some stuff in
Understand.
a trunk, and she pulls it behind her. She's crafted wheels to the bottom of it,
Cute.
because she's smart, and she pulls
Oh,
it
that's
behind
very
her.
You
clever.
could sell those.
I know
Hmm.
it's yeah. It hasn't. I've tried to get it to take off here, but everybody just seems to say that it's arm day every day and just wants to lug everything around.
It is so awful. Because it would be so much more convenient if I could
I
just
know.
carry everything with just wheeling it behind me.
I know.
Do you do
Mhm.
commissions?
Uh, yes, yes. Well, you're kind of doing one right now.
That is true.
So you guys head back to the dock and help her load up. And JD peeks out from below, curious as to what's going on. Um, and do you guys get underway?
Yeah.
think so.
Okay.
If there wasn't anything else that looked like we
No,
needed
as
there.
you saw, it's basically an
Okay.
industrial town that focuses on like
Perfect.
one specific thing.
And
Um,
even then, I don't think we have necessarily a lot of money to work with.
True. Okay, so yes, we get on our way.
Okay, she tells you where to go, and she also confirms that, yeah, you want to stick to the edges right now. They're not exactly sure what's going on in the center of the lake, but there's been some rumors and some legitimate disappearances. It's not the ocean. You don't think that it's that easy to get lost on a lake, but apparently it is. So yeah, let's stick to the coast, but don't worry, we should get there within a few hours, especially with a favorable wind. Um, and sure enough, she directs you to follow along the coast, but stay in the slightly deeper water, so you don't crash.
That's helpful.
And as you round best way to say it, round the lake, you see the city of Hearthwood come into view. And it is something to behold. Almost like the airships, you are kind of taken by surprise. This city doesn't sit on the coast. This city is built in massive, and I mean massive, ancient trees that actually
Sweet.
have grown over the lake. Like there is, it's like underneath is air. So it's like built up and arches over as if it's leaning over the lake. These massive trees and root systems that have like reached out from the coast, and so they've kind of formed their own like half dome almost over the lake water. And these roots have grown together, and branches have grown together to create a platform for the entire city. And you
Cool.
can tell from these trees that they are extremely old and um, imbued with magic way down to their roots, so they're able to form this way and keep sturdy and held to the ground, even with this massive amount of weight of a whole city on top of it. And underneath is basically a dock. So this dock is sheltered by the city itself. In this in this dome. And you can sail directly into this dock of the city, and above you, the city of Hearthwood looms, creating a shadow as you sail underneath, ready to complete a very difficult task.
Bump.
With your new friend in tow, and some strange things ahead of you, but the promise of an airship, which shall be very helpful in the adventures to come. But as you dock in this very large dock full of many ships, some flying royal colors, but are not manned at the moment. This just seems to be a place to stop and get out. You do see openings in the massive roots, where people have built stairs that go up to the city, obviously. And the dockhand helps you anchor in. And you are now in Hearthwood. This adventure is currently concluded for the day, and that's where we'll end our session. Because you
Ooh.
guys have gotten as far as I want you to get right now. So we're gonna call it. We're gonna
Awesome.
call it now. And you guys will face your next task and helping Opal next week.
Yay!
Oh yeah. We made it to Hearthwood, guys.
We
We've been
did
trying
it.
for months. Awesome.
Sorry about the awkward ending, but that's where I had the ending because
I
I like
great.
it though.
you guys
Yeah,
had a
it's
good
good.
good stretch. Thank you all for
Yeah.
anybody who's listening.
Thank you.
And we'll see
Thank
you next
you.
week.
Bye.
Bye.